All right, the tweet just went out. I'm retweeting it. Join us for the celebration. Ho, 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 look at that. Lewis entered the waiting room.
Hey, people are waiting.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. Admit. Admit.
Oh,
Lewis and
God.
Smith are here.
Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Let me retweet this.
Oh, come on, guys. You're not going to show your, not going to share your camera. Carl's here. All right. Here
You're
we
not going to
are.
believe this. I'm trying to share it on my own Facebook, and I can't figure it out, Steve.
Not working, huh?
I don't know how to do it. I mean,
Dan Scheich
listen,
is here. Hold
listen.
on.
Oh, good. Oh, good. The Music Man's here
Scheich is
because
here.
boy, oh boy, do I have issues with the Music Man himself.
How's it going,
Oh,
Dan? Oh, Dan, don't turn off your camera. You're a beautiful man. Show the world. There you go.
look at that. Well, unmute Shike for me. I've got questions for Dan. Um, Look at Carl with that official setup. Look at that thing. It's like a nice home office, very well lit.
Hey,
Oh
Dan,
my
how are
gosh.
you, man?
Hey, I am well. How are you?
Good, good. Kyle's got some questions for you.
Yeah,
Okay, this is my first Zoom meeting ever.
In a
really.
COVID
Yeah,
era, this is the first time you've done this, huh?
yeah.
So you haven't
Surprising.
had any, and again, we don't know if you're dealing with record labels or what you're dealing with, but you haven't had
Mixing and
any,
scratching.
yeah, you haven't had any like
Wiki,
bands or
wiki,
anybody
wiki.
like, hey, we want to talk to you and ask you about how you adjust three knobs and make our voices not sound like shit. And you haven't had that happen over Zoom or anything?
Hey, get the
No,
engineer on. I need to know about the hard limiting.
I encourage text messaging,
Hey, get
but
that asshole with the full head of hair on. I want to ask him what he processes our music as when he clicks one button.
everybody knows it's about presets, right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you
Yeah, there's
find a
like
good
four of
one.
them. You hit a couple keyboard shortcuts and boom, done.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
find a good one, you save it, and then you never have to worry about it again, and you charge an asinine rate. That's typically the way it goes, right?
Yeah, that's how it
yep.
works.
That's the goal.
Where are you roaming around now, Shike? It looks like,
Yeah,
is that a bedroom or is that the lab?
this is the lab, as you say.
Boy, how big is that monitor you got over there?
It's 75 inches.
That necessary?
75?
No,
That just seems like
You
just
it,
ever
seems like
it
think
it's
is.
showing
about
off.
you ever think about going the financially responsible route and maybe click it, you going like 232 inches?
Well, no, I got this on a deal. I got it used for a song,
Can you
not
even get a
literally a song.
32-inch TV anymore?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
What you didn't want to do two 32-inch CRT televisions?
No, not so much. I don't have the foundation enough to hold two glass TVs that heavy together like that.
All right, Steve. I don't know if there's a setting. We're gonna have to turn off that chime. It is an atrocity.
Okay, no problem. Let me I didn't realize everybody could hear that.
Yeah. And when I'm
It's
yelling at the music man, I need all my proper swears to be heard.
right.
All right, should be
So
muted now.
so Dan, what's the industry like of the beat boops during COVID? Are you still getting are you getting, because in my mind you're getting more requests from a bunch of nobody schlobs and we're like, hey, can you make me sound like a person who's decent at singing?
Yeah, have you heard from like Uncle Cracker recently?
Hey.
God. Yeesh. Hello, is this on? You're dropping. Not really. It's been actually good for me. I've had a pretty busy year, and I've had a few new clients to
So you're
put
having
that.
a so you're really like cashing in off of COVID just like Kyle has been?
Hey.
No, actually, well, I'm cashing in on other people not being able to go out because so many people that I work with, work at home by themselves already, and now they can't go out every night and get drunk. So they're
Gotcha.
just sitting at home recording more music. So
All right.
So that
they're
so
still
so
doing stuff.
so it's a little bit right that you are getting just a lot of crappy music uh,
I
thrown
mean,
across your inbox that you then have to try to make sound okay.
yes,
So have you ever had anybody who has been like disappointed in the way you've tried to make, like, you got the music and you knew, hey, this thing's a giant turd sandwich, but you've done your job because you're a professional, Dan. We all know that about you.
Yeah.
And you've had to like send them back a product that is the best you can do, but they come back and they're like, hey, that's not good enough.
No, because they liked what they sent me to begin with because they called it done, and I made it better. So
All right.
So you're confident. You're
Confident
confident
man.
in your ability.
I've been doing this for 20 years, so
Oh,
I'm
Man,
pretty confident in it.
you know what that sounds like to me is that's 20 years you've been milking off your wife's health insurance as you know, live this life as a wild music man who just goes with the beats of the songs.
I'm just a hooligan with speakers.
guys, we are just 11 and a half minutes away to the
Ah.
start of the podcast awards. How
I
excited
am-
are you?
So,
Oh boy, I just saw a name pop up.
ooh,
Oh,
oh boy. So Steve, I have to tell you something because
uh-oh.
you and I have been, and entirely seriously, full sincerity, telling everybody and each other we don't stand a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But you know me, I'm a hopeless sports gambler.
Yeah.
I get sucked in by a lot of these dumb things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here tonight, 10 minutes and 50 seconds away from the big show.
Boy.
And I'm telling you, I think we got a chance.
Well, I mean, yeah, everyone that's in the top 10 technically has a chance.
No. I'm saying more than a 10% chance.
Really?
I'm giving us
11?
1 in 4.
Ooh.
Yep. I think I think we can knock out a few based on their inability to submit a video with the
I think
just
Schumer's out.
insane dickhead guidelines that we had to submit an acceptance video.
I feel like Amy Schumer's out. There's no way that she's going to do that.
But here's the problem. Did the loser producer, the person in the back, you know, adjusting the levels and the volumes, you know, you have to be a real jackass to have that as a job.
Yeah, the shike of the
the shike of the
podcast.
Yeah, the Amy Schumer shike. That's what this is.
Schumer shike.
What if that asshole ended up
And
submitting...
never been anything but so nice.
What if that huge piece of shit submitted a 90-second acceptance video?
No, there's no chance. I can't see that happening.
You don't think so? You don't even think just because they made it, the producer of Schumer's podcast recorded an acceptance video just for fun?
No. No
Okay,
chance.
so we're cutting Schumer.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think we're 1 in 4, 1 in 5, maybe.
Who else is in there? Who's the one that got really mad at us?
God, I couldn't. Oh boy, we need to talk.
I don't think we actually know. Let's not. I don't want to name.
Well,
I don't want to make.
I mean, I just did. Do you want to bleep it or?
Oh, did you say?
Yeah. I mean, maybe you talked over it.
I must have because I didn't hear it.
Okay. Unmute Shike. Did he hear the name of the podcast?
Hold on. All right, talk.
No,
Shike.
I don't know if I
All right, thank you. What?
Oh, hey, listen, I was going to be the host and this thing was going to be like a pirate ship. Okay. I wasn't going to mute anybody. This is going to be 20 people just yelling at everybody over each other. And you know what? I had to give the reins to Steve because of course it wouldn't be a Steve and Kyle podcast issue if there wasn't a tech issue.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's why we had the post scheduled to go out at 8:30.
Yeah.
With the link saying, "Hey, join us." And at 8:28 and 50 seconds, I had to back it up. I had to back it up to 8:40 because we were still pulling wires out, connecting them, trying to figure out what was working and what wasn't.
Yeah, and I'm sure everybody has noticed by now, we are not together, which just exacerbates the tech issues just by that much, having to do it from different locations. But hey, it doesn't always work out. And the schedule tonight was not going to work out to make it over to Steve's house. And
yeah, but up until about 6 o'clock, we were still planning on being in the same location, but then due to
Yeah.
circumstances beyond our control, they had to be changed.
Now, Steve, I can't tell who we have fully on video, but I want to talk to our friend Carl Furrow,
Where's
who
Carl?
has probably one of the most gorgeous like setups I've seen. The symmetry, the lighting. You can tell this guy, like compared to what we're looking at right now with Timmy, who is I think I just saw a testicle as he's like laying in his bed.
Sounds about right.
But
Well, hey,
Carl,
Carl, how are you, man?
I don't know
good,
why,
good.
man, and your picture will not show up on mine. I just
Oh,
remember
man.
seeing it. Oh, there we go. There's the grid. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got the grid over here too.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And of course, as we talked about, we're just horrific in terms of tech. But Carl, I get the impression you're doing these multiple times a day.
Yeah, it's an sometimes all day thing.
So I feel like what happened, the big screw up here, was that we didn't come to you for the Zoom code to get the upgraded meeting, and we paid out of our own pocket.
No, I don't have one either. I bum off everybody else's.
So yeah,
Man,
that's
I can't imagine how much money Zoom has made in the last like 9
lot.
months.
A
They
lot.
must
Yeah.
have been, because I had barely heard of Zoom back in January.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like,
Steve,
Zoom, why would I need that when I have Skype?
Steve, for
But-
Christ's sake, we were using Skype until June.
We were.
Like we're the last two people on the planet using Skype as a tool.
Yeah.
Like I have a feeling the hamster who had to run on the wheel was very caught off guard when two jackasses logged in on a
Yep.
couple Saturdays in June.
Yeah, they were like, holy shit, what? We still got people?
Hey, somebody get those animals sprinting back there. We got some activity. We got a live one. Carl, what is it that you do? And I know we've asked you before, so I apologize.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, software engineering, software development.
Oh my
Oh,
God! Just in
yeah.
case you didn't think we could get more boring than
Yeah.
Shike, we've got Carl. So is your day kind of like what the TV shows, almost like Silicon Valley, have kind of made light of, where it's like, 16 hours of computer coding?
I mean, not every day, but certainly there are some days. I mean, most of the time, it's an 8 to 5, it's a 9 to 5 job, especially in COVID time. Like everyone's remote, and we were remote already. Like no one's
Yeah.
over my shoulder, obviously.
Right.
So you don't live in like basically a frat house in Silicon Valley?
No, I don't live in a flop house with anyone else. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a snooze, I guess.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not as exciting as Silicon Valley makes it.
So
look.
do you, in terms of
Wait a minute.
what happened, Steve? What happened?
Somebody's asking to enter the meeting, and what was the name
Did
of that podcast?
Did you skip them? Oh, the one not to be named.
You want to text it to me real quick?
Yeah. You thinking about maybe blocking somebody?
Well, I just want to make sure that, I don't know.
So I'm texting you the podcast that
Okay.
is all mad at us. But hey,
Okay,
as far as
never
I'm,
mind.
it's not them.
Podcast USA.
Oh, they're joining us.
Yeah.
Podcast
Oh
USA.
my God! All of the podcasts from the USA.
All of the podcasts from the USA are now here. Oh, look
So-
at that. We are under 4 minutes, guys and ladies.
Oh man.
Under
So-
4 minutes.
Carl, in terms of software that we would know, is there anything that, like, if you said the name of something software wise, would Steve, I, or the other, normal people would know that you've worked on?
Oh, like yeah. If you remember, it was a few years back. They were more popular. It was a brain training app called Lumosity. I think they
Oh
have it.
yes,
Yeah, I remember
yes.
I worked there for about 4 years. I left there, but that's where I did work.
Nice.
Oh, so you were the one sending the ad copy to Steve's side gig for those shitty live reads?
Yeah. I mean, I found out about it. I was living in San Francisco at the time, working for them then, and then I happened to be listening to the other podcast, and someone saw it on my screen, like, "Oh, yeah, we're having them do ad reads." I'm like, "Oh, I hadn't heard it yet on the pod." So,
That's pretty
all
sweet.
right,
No
yeah,
kidding.
All right.
Whatever happened to them? Did they go up? They go belly
No.
up?
they're still there. They're still doing their thing. They're smaller than they were before, but yeah,
You just
they're
went
still around.
to greener pastures then for you, huh?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
All right, Carl, thank you very much. I'm going to mute you.
Sure.
We will hopefully check in at some point because we are Ladies and gentlemen, less than 3 minutes away.
Oh man. Okay. This
How
is
you feeling?
exciting. Like I told you, Steve, I think we got a chance.
All right, everybody sees my screen here, right? You see the People's Choice Podcast Awards logo. I think that you can raise your hand if you'd like to talk at some point, and I'll get a notification if you do.
Well, yeah, we might as well let's have a little chat with the other people who joined us via video here, Steve. On my grid, anyway, I show.
I got 2
Well,
minutes.
yeah,
and
but
you know
I
that
mean,
this thing is going to get off to a fast start.
you think they're going to have an opening monologue from some idiot behind the scenes at the pod? Maybe Todd Period is going to have some monologue regarding
or
like,
they'll have a host and his name is like Timmy Bimmel instead of Jimmy
Yeah.
Kimmel.
well, welcome everybody. Even though 70% of you people fucked the whole thing up and didn't want this to work, we're still here.
Yeah.
But on my grid anyway here, Steve, I show Brian. I got
Hold
to
on, what am
tell
I
you,
hearing? I'm hearing somebody who's talking.
I don't know, but I don't know what I expected when the name Jessica Rich popped up in a video, but that is not what I anticipated.
What is it? What do I see?
I don't know what you see.
Jessica Rich. I don't see any. See, it's weird. Mine doesn't show the name unless they don't have.
You got to keep scrolling. See, this is why I should have been the host, Steve. I
No,
mean,
I'm looking.
you know what? On our front tile, though, Steve, why don't you go ahead and actually, what do we got? Do we got it? Hang on. Let's see if there's some opening monologue to this piece of garbage, and then if not, we'll talk to some more people here because I'd much rather talk to the people in the meeting with us than have 1 minute of fake comedy.
So we're live right now, and I'm hearing some audio. I'm assuming that's coming down the feed.
Not to me.
Well, it sounds like audio that's coming in and cutting out very quickly.
Just doing a quick scan of the waiting room again. Timmy has chosen the most unflattering angle known to man. John Schoaf, you can tell he's a military man. For Christ's sake, look at that head of hair, that jawline. Good God, right out of a magazine.
Hey, if I adjust the size of this window, does that screw anything up on your end?
Nah. No, again, I'm just scrolling through the tiles, man.
No, I mean, but if you look at it, everything still looks normal, right?
Yeah, looks normal. I don't see any video, which means they're already late, those bunch of pieces of garbage. Oh, no, never mind. They got a minute to go.
Do you hear that?
No,
You heard those people, right?
I don't hear any people.
Right there.
I hate to disappoint you, man. I got no audio.
Well, it's very quick. Is anyone else hearing that?
But you pivot from John, you go down to Jake. Looks like, kind of the hobo who happened to squat in a building long enough that he's now his. Oh,
You're hearing that, right?
yeah, now I'm hearing it.
All right. I've been hearing that for like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. So what we're hearing, and I'm assuming everybody's hearing now as well.
Is everyone else hearing that? Give a thumbs up if you just heard somebody say, and we're going to switch to the other
Yeah.
screen. Okay.
What a gigantic disaster they're operating here. What a bunch of idiots.
Do you think that's what did we call the guy? Like Turbo Todd or something?
No, it's Todd, period.
No. But we had.
Whoa.
The 15th annual People's Choice Podcast Awards ceremony.
Oh, I don't know what I expected.
I am the founder of the People's Choice Podcast Awards.
This is him.
A longtime podcaster, fast approaching 16 years in the podcasting space, been involved in a large number of.
What type of show are they running?
I'm also the founder of.
All right, Steve, if you want to pot him down if you can, because it's oof.
No, I got to hear this.
Of International Podcast Day for being our host tonight and hosting this during International Podcast Day. This is a day that we get to celebrate podcasting, and what better to honor the podcasters from around the globe today.
What are they doing? What a bunch of dumbasses. Look at this guy's desk, too. What a monstrosity. The GoDaddy sticker? What are you even doing? What is going on?
Okay, I muted them for a minute.
Yeah, that's
They're-
not on
They're
their
airing
end.
themselves, but also monitoring themselves, and they're on a delay. So you hear them talk, then 10 seconds later, you hear them start again. And then
Yeah.
10 seconds later, you hear both of them start again. Oof,
Oh,
not good. Here, let
God.
Hold on. Let's check back in. Maybe they fixed it.
Maybe I'm sure they're all over it. Holy shit. I thought we were going to have the biggest tech issues tonight.
Oh my God, I love it. This is my favorite thing ever.
I cannot believe this is actually happening.
All right,
Oh
everyone
my
else,
God.
you're all hearing that disaster, right? Thumbs up
Yeah.
if you are.
I mean, I guess
Oh.
we're going to have to go based off of video only. I don't.
All right.
Oh, they claim they fixed it.
Hold on, let's check in.
All you have to do is go over to the
Hey.
podcast.com.
All right. So Todd Period. Todd Period looks like the type of guy who's sending that jerk email to us, Steve.
He looks like a thumb, like a
Yeah.
big thumb.
I mean, I don't know if he had hair and lost it or if he could just never grow it, but I'm going based on the top chest there
Yeah.
and the head. And I got to tell you, I don't think Todd Period had a lot to look forward to in the follicle department.
And you would know. You're an expert.
And
on
listen, and I would know, and I'd be as fair as anybody in this Zoom meeting when it comes to hair issues.
All right, let's check back into the monologue.
Okay.
When registration opens. So just sign up for that mailing list. We're not going to bombard you with a bunch.
I don't want your mail, Todd Period.
Used to announce.
Christ, I paid you money for this.
This awards was the very first podcast awards, and we very humbly started the awards at a podcasting event. Had a ceremony.
Look at
on
this.
top of
Dan
a
Scheich
podium.
literally threw his phone on the
We
ground.
live in different times right now. It's hard to get large groups of people together. So tonight we're doing this virtually, just like many other events are being done.
Yeah, he got a real nice backdrop too of all like
All
we get it, dude. You like the Minions. One, you're a little too fucking old.
those that work with me.
Two, mixed with the GoDaddy sticker makes you seem like a real creep.
Podcast Awards committee, which has no dealings with the voting or anything like that, and helping.
Oh my
So
God!
this-
Look
so-
at Carl. Carl, how did you get Todd Period in your in your apartment building?
So
Todd
this is
Period.
the guy. This is the guy that was sending us like hard ass emails like, look, assholes, I'm tired of telling you what to
Yeah.
do.
If you
This
don't save
nerd.
your video like this, you might as well eat your computer and smash your dick in a door, you bunch of idiots.
1,000 listeners were involved in the nomination process. I do want to thank our tech partner, One Technologies, and specifically Tim Morris over there for helping us out.
So when
Oh,
this
yeah,
gets
top-notch job so far, Tim.
yeah,
Great.
when this gets going, it should realistically be 8 minutes long. What else can this guy talk about? For fuck's sake!
I don't know.
to this. Of course, again, first things first, we want to thank the
Snooze.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, while this is going on, Steve, you want to unmute someone and have a quick chat, or do you?
Yeah, who do you want to talk? See, the problem is I see all of their faces in the grid, but it doesn't tell me who they are. The only names that show up are the ones that don't have their cameras on.
Oh man, see, I have all the names. So, yeah, if you want to go ahead and unmute Brian, we can chat with Brian quickly. I appreciate Brian avoiding the last name, like he's got something to hide.
Yeah, but I don't. You'll have to describe what Brian looks like.
You have to go. You don't have the participants window open,
I have it. Yeah, I do.
so
Okay,
just
now
go
I
to
do.
Brian and click the microphone
All
there.
right, so let's do ask to unmute. Brian, you're on the air.
Hi,
Oh,
Hey,
God,
Brian,
that's-
how are you, man?
good.
Kyle's got some questions for you.
Yeah, man. First of all, what do you hide? No last name. It's real suspicious.
No last name, no
I
camera.
was trying to figure that one out. I can't figure out how to change it. I think it's because I probably have my Google account just as my first
Oh,
name.
Jesus,
Yes.
Brian, come on.
So you were the one. You got Brian at gmail.com. Then you're the one.
Probably or something. I don't know why it's only Brian.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
hold on. I think something important's happening. Let's
There's no
check in.
chance something important is happening. Something may be happening, but important is a really relative term.
Oh, that sounds great. Perfect.
No, they're nailing the tech. They're nailing. For someone who is more worried about a video file being saved as an MP4 in a proper format and size and gigabytes,
to give
this
yourself
guy-
30
Hey, there we
days
go. They're
free
back.
of podcast hosting. So, again, thanks to all the sponsors. for
you think he's got
supporting
any
the show.
jokes, Steve?
And again,
When did two podcasters walked into a bar?
What the hell is that demon you're holding up, Nate Rich? Look at that thing.
What is
That thing's
that?
that's for. Well, I'll tell you what it is, Steve. It's from the depths of hell, and that's
Ugh.
where it should remain.
Oh no, Nate, what are you doing?
Do you think Todd Period made the active choice to go no undershirt on this? Like he's proud of that thing?
Like, you guys just want to go shirtless this year? What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Shirts and Skins Podcast Awards. Who's up? Oh. Okay, Nate, you have to tell us everything. And I'm sorry, Brian, we will get back to you. That was an unfair amount of time.
Yeah, we just thought that something important was happening.
Nate,
Yeah,
what the hell is that thing?
it's Smeagol.
What type of cat or wild beast
Creature.
is that?
He's a lilac elf Sphinx cat.
Okay, so this thing haunts your dreams, no doubt.
He's very he loves my wife and me very much.
So
right, so
I know you
so
called
Nate,
it a cat, but in my brain, that thing only eats flesh. Is that accurate?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I mean, I'm just going just on appearance, and I know that's not fair. But that cat is simply waiting for one of you to have an untimely death so it can consume you.
It's pretty much what I expect to wake up to every morning.
Yeah.
all right, so
But-
Nate, you're a cat guy. Does your cat do like our cat does and just in the middle of the night just go?
Pretty much, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning for work, and around 5 o'clock he starts begging for food.
I got up an hour early today because our cat wouldn't shut the fuck up.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Oh, it was awful. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just go to work early now.
See, he can eat as much food as he needs because he's skinny. Our other cats
Yeah.
Ugh.
fat, so we have to restrict the amount of food that they get.
Our cat's not even hungry. She just runs around and
No, he doesn't. He doesn't do that.
wait, hold on. I think something important's happening.
Okay.
Access funds that we raised this year. This is not a money.
What the hell? Oh, not a money maker. I know what I paid you, asshole. Don't lie to me.
I don't want to pay taxes on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I know that he wants like $80 if you want a trophy.
Leftover money this year.
I just realized my son's asleep, and I'm pretty much shouting in my basement right now at this
Hold on, Kyle. Hold on.
asshole named Todd.
Or a nominee trophy. Let me know if you want to get in on that.
See that? Nominee trophies.
Oh,
Not a
they're-
money-making venture, though.
yeah, definitely not. I'm sure those are at market rate.
Get a free trophy. So what I want to do now.
Oh, what do we
I
got?
want to prep my site here to change over, and we'll actually start the awards process. And if I don't screw this up, we'll be able to get
Well,
through this. In
Track
I mean-
record's not great, Todd, period.
But
Why-
again,
Why would this not go
I want to
smoothly?
thank all of
Yeah.
you for your participation. This is a labor of love for me. The
Well,
podcast
your
board
email
has
says otherwise, Todd.
evolved over time. I feel the process that we are using now to do the awards is greatly improved over the.
I'm
first
sorry, but I
6
kind of want
years.
someone to Photoshop
There's
those
10,
eyes that are
11,
behind
12
Todd
years
on the
of
shelf onto Todd.
And
That's
uh,
all I can
thus
see in my
far,
brain right now.
very few negative feedbacks on the actual process, and trying to stay completely transparent in everything that we
How
do
can
with
the-
the award process.
Oh.
So again, I do
Sorry,
wanna
everybody, I
recognize
forgot
them
to
today, some
show-
legacy shows.
Oh yeah, got to
Forgot to
plug.
get the branding in there.
Make sure you plug the podcast. You know.
Podcast category 5 times in a row, which makes them then non-eligible for continued receiving of awards.
What?
I don't. This guy's going through semantics, man. I couldn't be less interested
A lot.
in
So he said if you
everything he
win
has to
5
say.
times, you're not eligible anymore. Doesn't that just show how dominating you are?
Yeah, I think it also goes to show how flawed this whole gimmick is.
Category. The Skeptic's Guide to the Universe in the
Oh,
Science and Medicine.
We're going.
This American Life.
Is this our category?
No, God, no. We can mute this. This is like one of the 30 turds that we don't care about.
WDW Radio.
He's literally listing the nominees.
The
of,
majority
like,
I
the
need to. I want to
spiritual-
watch this. I need to know who wins
in the spiritual and religious category.
because I want to see how it works when somebody wins.
Again, if a show wins a specific category 5 times,
Oh
we
my
are no
God.
longer eligible to be in that.
We
to
get it,
participate
Todd. Who cares?
participate in the podcast
Does
awards
anybody
at a
care about
specific
that?
category, and they go
Send it to the
into our
nominees.
legacy shows listing to be honored. We hope for a lifetime. So again, I want to congratulate all of the nominees.
Oh,
And this is the
Cool.
part of
We
the
get a
award
PowerPoint
process
slate.
that gives me great pleasure and announcing number one.
Was that Times New Roman, Steve?
And then we are going to recognize them
Recognize.
by playing their acceptance video. So as I'm getting the system prepped here to not pre-announce anyone.
As I get old, I get so
I did do
frustrated
that
with this
one year
disaster.
during an actual live show where we had an audience in front of us. So
There was an
let's go
audience
ahead
at this
and
once?
There's
the
no chance.
nominees in the arts
The bingo
category
hall, maybe.
are Art on the Air.
Oh, so they're just doing nominees now. This is
Oh,
official.
I just want to wait. I just want to cheer when he says our name.
This is definitely the way all award shows do it. They go through every award, list all the nominees, and then go back to the start and start naming winners.
Yep.
Moms don't have time to read books
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
over coffee.
Snooze. All right, let's mute that for a bit.
Okay, so we are good. Let's go back to Brian. Oh, Brian figured out his name. Let's go back to Brian Krause a second.
Hold on. I got to find Brian in my list here.
Of course, it's Brian Krause. Steve, do you have audio hooked up? Because if we're going to talk to Brian Krause, his introduction music has to be played.
Oh, hey, who's this guy?
Is he a winner?
Thank everybody who voted for us. There's no way we thought we
Oh, I
would
guess
win
they,
2 years
I guess
ago.
they picked one.
We thought we would win last year.
Wow.
We really try to make a show that's funny and relatable, and you can learn something along with it. We're looking forward to next year where we could do a whole bunch more interviews. But thank you all very, very much, and we love you.
Boy, the dynamo that was.
Well, wait a minute. Dads drink bourbon. Isn't that your favorite podcast? You're a dad. You're a bourboner, bourbonite.
Listen, I look down on that guy. Okay. Mostly
Does he not
because
drink the
mostly
fancy
because
stuff?
he set up his acceptance video on his kitchen table and looking at his face, this is a total judgment, yelled at his wife to shut up, and then recorded that 60-second video.
All right, let's turn it back up. Is this our category?
Where brains meet beauty.
Oh, no.
Podcast.
I don't think we were in a category against Pooja Dhingra.
The winner in the Manager Tools business category goes to Wickedly Smart Women. Congratulations.
Like, they couldn't even do anything with the fonts?
What an honor to have been selected as the
Okay.
Maybe like a little
people's choice.
fanfare or something, like some fireworks.
Yeah, maybe a noise. But can we talk about this woman's jewelry? For God's sake. Okay, so those are earbuds. I
Yeah.
thought that was like a necklace with shells on it.
All right.
Oh, man, the business category?
Hey, lady, you're on the clock.
So no doubt she made everybody in her office vote for her that she's the supervisor of, as she babbles for 30 minutes a week about the comings and goings in the tech industry or whatever.
Assistant who takes care of all the
Production assistant?
definitely have to say a shout out to
I thought they said 90 seconds. This might as well have been a half an
boy.
hour.
Turbo Todd's gonna lay the smack down.
Turbo Todd doesn't take shit. Carl Furrow. Oh my God, he did it. If you click on the link, Steve, that Carl Furrow put in the chat, oh, that's horrifying, but accurate.
I don't even know where the chat is.
Oh my God, I should have hosted this thing.
I can hand it off if you want.
No, because then we have to share the screen. It's a
Oh,
nightmare.
there's the chat. Look at that.
Again, congratulations to Wickedly Smart Women podcast for the win in the business category. Next up is the
Oh, here we go.
Oh, quiet, everyone.
present
Everybody shut the hell up.
3 girls,
Steve.
1 piece. Because you watch. Drop Bear and Panda Save the World podcast of Destiny.
Everyone, cross your fingers.
Funny people talk.
Cross your fingers and clench your buttholes.
Old Girl podcast. Spitballers podcast.
Come on.
The Last Degree of Kevin Bacon. The Steve and Kyle
Yes.
podcast. And the winner in the comedy category goes to the Spitballers.
Oh, bullshit.
Son of a
Congratulations
bitch.
to the
Those
Spitballers.
fucking hacks. I should have
Boo.
known.
I can't believe
Boo.
it. We must be the funniest people alive.
Look at this piece
Boo.
of
Is that what
shit.
this award is? I don't think that's what this award
Probably
is.
not. I think what this says is that we
The guy in
have
the
an
left
awesome
window. Look at
audience
him. Is he a
who loves
mannequin?
the Spitballers Comedy Podcast, and we are grateful to have such
recognition.
Such fantastic fans.
Boy,
we
3
appreciate
MacBooks.
so
That's a
much
real
out
tell of
there
the
and are
tax
really,
bracket
really
they're in, huh?
grateful. This show is a show that is an outlet for us.
Yeah, that's the proper answer, Steve. Huh. You know, you think you pay off a few judges.
233 episodes. Not a goddamn thing to show for it. Not even a plaque.
Well, we're going to have to go fund me the nominee trophy.
How much is it? Like $70.
Who knows? I'm sure Todd Perry will email everything with a perfect.
Do you think they
order
screened
for
our
me.
video and
Listen, I don't think our video helped our cause. We'll be releasing that on YouTube and on our.
Are we?
We'll
Do we
actually
have
play
it?
I hope you saved it. Well, we sent it, so we had somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think I saved it.
Huh. Feels like a real error in judgment.
Wait, no. Hold on.
It has to be somewhere. We uploaded it into this jackass's Dropbox, and unless he deleted it.
Wait, do you still have that email that says
From-
where to
from-
upload it?
From Todd Period? Yeah, I can pull it up here.
Yeah, maybe click on that and see if you can download it or something.
I don't know that my heart's ever been this broken, Steve.
I'm pretty dejected. I'll be honest. I want to cry. I was ready.
I feel equally bad for. I see Meters in the Zoom meeting. Their name didn't even make the final slate, even though they were on it. That feels like some grade A. Some grade A bullshit.
When did we record that video?
It wasn't too long ago. I can tell you that. It was less than a week ago.
Oh no, it was at least 2 weeks ago, right?
No, you are absolutely wrong. I have I've got the Dropbox link.
Yeah, click on that. See if you can.
You think everybody's video's in there? No, closed or
know.
deleted? Huh.
Well, this is a real piece of shit. Yep.
Well, I got enough beer to last me the night, and then the run-of-the-mill sadness and depression takes over again.
Yeah, you want to jump into the? Let me jump into the chat. See what
We had to pay
Hold on,
just
I'm
for
gonna
this.
stop- I'm
So
gonna stop sharing, by the way, since I don't give a shit about that anymore.
No, I
now all the
couldn't
names
care-
pop up. Look at that.
couldn't care less. So to recap this whole process, we paid $25 to be entered.
To be judged.
Yeah,
by
to be
that
judged.
man.
We then, in a moment of panic, because again, we're the least savvy people who do this on the planet, had to pay an emergency $12.72 to upgrade our Zoom meeting.
So you're saying that the GoFundMe starts tomorrow?
And now we need to raise the money for the nominee trophy. We're already almost $60 in the red just from this idiotic adventure.
Okay.
And we lost to these jackasses who have their own merch store linked on their own website.
Yeah.
And a Patreon. You know what? That's it. Here we are. Next year, I'm coming for you, Spitballers. I'm
Doing
not.
Patreon?
No. Well, yeah. I'm not nominating ourselves again. That's just a pure money loss. Yeah, I think we just started an attack ad against whoever those three jackwagons were. You know, in their Dan Patrick wannabe man cave.
It did look really nice.
It looked really nice. I mean, listen, they've got nothing that can beat a nice green wall with a crooked poster sent to us by our friend Chris Pruitt.
Tired of the green wall? We got a blue wall.
Yeah, blue wall with weird red blanket
Yeah,
or
with a
weird
red-
red rugs over it.
I think it's like a table runner. All right. Let's see. We got somebody's got their hand up. Oh, of course it is Trevor
Yeah, let's
in
go around the horn a
Nashville.
little bit here, Steve.
Trevor, what's up, man?
Well, this is complete bullshit. You
Yep.
guys are clearly the winners in our eyes. Unfortunately, we had nothing to do with the judging, but I will send you an award.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Oh wow.
What are you gonna send us?
I don't know. I got to get something fucking made, but I mean,
You made it sound like you had something ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is a local store that does trophies. I'm sure they got something they're going to throw out that I can put your names on.
Yeah, just find the trophy that has the most dust that they never sell because it's for like curling or something. We'll
Yeah.
take it.
You know what I'd
Yeah,
appreciate too, Trevor? I would appreciate if you don't pay for any engraving. I kind of want you to freehand it. Saves you a few bucks.
I can do it in calligraphy, but
Perfect.
That's you know what? I somehow want our name. What is that? It's an anagram where it reads the same upside down and right side up. If you could just make that work, that's all we're asking. Not too much.
can you hold it one way, then take a picture of it in a mirror and have it do the same effect?
Yeah, perfect. That's what we
Listen,
want.
this is your trophy. I barely have any questions outside of, again, the anagram, the hand calligraphy, and the ability to read it in a mirror and forward.
Jesus, this is turning into like a Philip design all of a sudden.
Yeah, where is our friend Philip? Philip didn't even join us tonight.
Philip's not here. I'm also looking for Zach because I had a question for him.
Yeah, Zach
months ago.
Ruddick.
Months ago, he claimed that he was going to be making us a
pod coney.
Yeah, the Jab Ab and Rab pod coney, and here we are.
Obviously, Jab Ab and Rab, the co-host of what is that? Pod Save America. What's that called? Radio Lab.
No, it's Radio Lab. Yeah.
Oh, good. Sounds fun. Yeah, Zach's let us down on that front.
Yeah.
So I think what we start doing now, Steve, we start stacking the shelves with fake awards. Okay. And then we send, I'm replying to this email from Todd, period.
Step one, get shelves.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good start. And then we're going to reply to all these dickhead emails from Todd, period, with just a picture of all of our trophies and 2 middle fingers.
Yeah. All right. Who else? Oh, Trevor's got his hand up again. Trevor, put your hand down.
By the way, Trevor, I don't know if you know how cameras work. You're supposed to be centered. I don't know why you're like the bottom 1/8 of your screen.
Well, I think he was doing that to show off his background.
No, I get it. It looks terrible. Steve, did we want to go back to Brian Krause for a moment?
Yeah.
And again, I don't think do you have ability to play audio from your computer down the way?
I do.
Just kind of putting you on the spot, but.
Oh, are you looking for wait a minute.
I'm looking for our intro.
Our intro, like from the top?
No. Our intro for our friend of the show, Brian, who we.
Oh, is that the one? That was the one that didn't go over well?
Well, that was the one that Brian didn't like, and we need to put him on the spot about that.
Hold on.
But you and I stand by that is our greatest creation in show history.
I don't remember why this came up, but I think we had some confusion with was it Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur?
Yeah, and you were really confused about Rumspringa. You kept asking a lot of questions about that, and so we had to get her.
Just got to plug in my.
Oh, no problem. It wouldn't be one of our episodes without a train wreck.
Hold on, I should have it.
I refuse to leave tonight without talking to John, of the chiseled jawline and head of hair that's in a goddamn magazine, because I need to ask him what he's doing watching these two tiles and listening to this on a weekly basis.
All right, are you ready for the custom intro?
Yeah, we're going to talk to our friend of the show, Brian.
It should come through. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. From the top. Jew. I mean, come on now. All right.
Unmute Brian Krause. Let's have a chat with him.
All right, Brian. What's with this shitty review that you gave us?
Yeah, we need to talk about that. Oh God, did we lose Brian?
Oh, come on, Brian.
You know, I'm not surprised. Anybody who hates that intro probably does have a shitty 56 kbps internet.
All right, Brian, can't thank you enough for the time.
Jew. Jew. Jew.
Wow. Who's unmuted right now?
I think it might be. I don't know. Nobody is.
Oh, that was some terrible noise. Let's move it down the line. It looks like Nate Rich, who apparently doesn't know how to enter his own name, has a question over there. Well, one, I need to ask him if he's ever used a goddamn computer before. How do I type my name? Boy, the top row of this, we've got Carl Furrow, who's like A grade. You know, look at that setup. Then we got Brian, who didn't know how to enter his last name and then comes at us with a dial-up connection. We've got Nate Rich with the demon cat and can't change the name from his own wife.
You think I'm going to create an account just for you guys?
Well, you don't even have to. You can just change your name.
Yeah, you can just change it.
So, full transparency, I couldn't figure it out on my own. So I just told my wife to set it up on her Mac. So that's what happened.
Okay.
So when you asked your wife this, Nate, and she said, "What do you need it for?" How did you explain this?
I told her that I had a specific a date tonight with you guys at 8:30.
Podcast friends.
Exactly. And she said, "Oh my God, I already went to bed early last night for the debates because I stayed up to watch them, which was pretty much pointless."
Fruitful, right? You probably got a lot out of it.
Oh yeah, watching two old guys fight and so yeah, pretty much I just had her set it up for me because, well, first off, I was sitting around at 8:30 trying to figure out where is this link you guys are going to send me.
Yeah. No,
But,
listen, that's definitely our fault, and we're not going to apologize for it because
and you shouldn't.
We're never once on time.
Yep.
But was she, when you tried to explain to her, I'm going to watch these two losers who were nominated for a fake internet award, watch the internet awards?
Yep.
Okay, good. And she totally understood that, I'm sure, and probably
disgusting.
Cool.
And probably said, "Boy, oh boy, you better hurry up because I can't wait to have sex with that." Then.
No, she was disgusted, and she's still waiting for me upstairs to put in her.
Oh, well, that's nice of her.
Yeah.
I mean, an upset.
This is how I spend my time with you guys. Yeah.
All right, Nate. Thank
Well,
you.
Nate, we appreciate it, man.
Wait, I just have one question.
What do you
So
got?
I need to send you a new door label. Did you do the APS?
Oh, the
studios. Yep.
No, we still have it.
You do. Okay. Good.
Yeah, I still have it. It is in it's in a plastic tote with a bunch of the other stuff from APS 2.0.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, completely forgot about until I was cleaning out that closet like 2 months ago, and I was like, "Whoa, look at all this stuff!" So yeah, it was saved. It did not remain at the old house.
And 2030, it will be ready to go up on the.
Yep. We're gonna blow the dust off it.
Yeah.
Slap that thing right on the new door, and probably realize that the door still won't open, and it'll feel right at home.
All right. If anyone else has a question or wants to ask something or talk about something, you can put you can raise your hand, like actually in the software.
That feels like a nightmare, Steve. We could keep moving around the horn there. I want to talk to Jake Van Dyson or Deucin mostly about if he practiced staring like a mannequin or if that just comes naturally. I haven't seen a single facial expression on you the entire time here, Nate or Jake.
No, I've been watching something else the whole time, pretty much. It's
what do you got on TV tonight, Jake?
Oh, I'm just looking out the window.
You're just staring out the window.
Yeah, it's a little,
Is there anything going on, or just the mailbox, or
just there's actually a shade over it.
and you've thought for the duration of whatever this is.
I love your deadpan.
That is far more interesting than what's going on here, obviously, right?
They're about the same.
Front window, back window.
It's the side window. Yeah.
What do you got hidden behind those curtains back there, Jake?
Oh, this
one. Steve and Kyle podcast Zoom meeting. Almost better than a window sheet.
Nothing, huh?
I mean, there's just darkness.
I get the impression, Jake, just talking to you right now, you're the kind of guy who on a Saturday morning, you brew some coffee, you just go look out the front window. You don't really move much for about a half hour while the neighbors kind of mill about. You don't wave, and you just kind of give that stare.
No waving to the neighbors. They're
Oh my God, you're
Oh, boy.
speaking to my heart right now.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Kyle. Last week on the podcast, you made the ridiculous claim that you love making friends.
Digitally, like from afar. Yeah. And I'm actually offended that he was supposed to be my best friend, that Travis Branch is not here tonight. So that friendship gone.
Yeah,
Dunzo.
Was he here at all?
No, he didn't show. He didn't show. You want to call yourself a friend, that's why you get called an uggo and told that your wife should have made a better decision.
Yeah. Did you see, he posted like a current picture of him though. He's like all skinny and ripped.
No, that was pre-COVID, he said.
Oh, that was pre-COVID. Yeah. So he's regressed.
He's gotten fatter. Yeah, that's absolutely right. So Jake, as you sit there and stare out the window / a computer screen, do you have anybody living there with you? You have a wife?
Yes, I have a wife. And
does she think you're as interesting as that window does, or is this just an affair?
I don't know. She could probably answer.
Oh, is she right by there?
She's in the other room.
Go ask her if she notices a lot that you just stare out windows. I'm kind of curious if she notices that about you.
Hold on, let me go unshackle her.
Yeah, because in my mind, Jake's wife is too nervous to leave because she'll be trying to move on, and there'll just be Jake standing with his left hand in his pocket and a cup of coffee in the right, and just staring in her window.
Ask your question now.
Hi.
This is Mallory.
Hi, Mallory.
Hi, Mallory. You ever notice that your husband Jake has a real affinity for staring blankly off into the distance?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay. Are you worried? If you're worried, you can tell us. It's a safe space. Jake probably won't hear you. He's staring somewhere right now.
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
Because
she goes to wave to us and it just says, "Please help," across the room.
Because I have to tell you,
saw that.
He's been here for about 45 minutes or an hour, and I shit you not, I thought he was like an avatar.
Well, I was on the couch at first. I moved when you said it. I looked like I was homeless. I moved over maybe to get a better background or something.
No, that was just referencing your facial hair, which I have no room to talk. What are you mixing up top there, Jake? Take that hat off a second. Let me see that. Let me see that mop on top.
Yeah, this is a good amount of hair.
Of course. Fuck you, Steve. Mute him.
Sorry, Jake. You've offended Kyle.
Come here with that big head of hair like a dickhead.
Yeah.
Seem to be happy in life.
Anyone else you want to go to here?
Yeah, man, I want to keep moving around the list. I still want to get to John. We've got Meter on the line. Someone named Igor, which I'm equally terrified and curious.
Now let's go to Igor. Igor, you're on the air.
Hey, Igor. What's going on, man? Now, I don't believe we've had interactions with anybody by the name of Igor. So is this some moniker of yours that you're using?
It's been my nickname since I was like 8. My real name's Joel, but
okay.
I'd go by Igor too. Igor's badass.
Yeah.
I know,
Igor,
right?
Igor means that you're like out there. You're doing the keg lifting for fun. You're out there like just doing all types of mountain man shit.
Yeah, like that. Lifting
you
those.
pretty much just nailed it. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's why I have my dice rolling tower here, and
oh, good.
All of my D&D dice. Yeah, I'm just such an outdoorsman.
So you bring those outside to throw at the losers that you throw the kegs at?
Exactly.
Okay, good. That's what I mean. That's
you
the
pegged
only
me so good, man.
Igor, you got yourself a little setup there. Looks like you got a microphone. You got your headphones. You a podcaster or something? You in the game?
Nope. I just was shut down for 8 months. So I was like, I'll just set up an office for some
real reason. Nice.
And bought a microphone and a webcam and a whole bunch of shit that I don't need.
Now, is there a market for like live streaming D&D? Have you thought about getting into that? I mean, there's a lot of people who like to go to sleep at night.
I wish I could, damn it.
Maybe
but
you
yeah,
could start,
there are people who do it, and I'm actually DMing one tomorrow for a group of my friends. So I'm
Oh.
really cool, guys. I swear.
Well, listen, you're not getting any judgment from these two. I'm the guy
No.
who collects comics, and you're also talking to a guy who, I mean, again, it's probably cooler than us, but he's sitting here fixing Jeeps and shit.
Right.
But yeah, it's not like any of us are out there, setting the world on fire with coolness.
No,
But
That's true.
have you thought about maybe doing like a video series, Igor, where it's just you and you go over every side of the 20-sided dice?
D&D ASMR.
Yeah. And this side is number 2. Now, if you roll a 2, now, Igor, how do you get into D&D? Because I think most of it nowadays, people see it and they see it in Stranger Things, they see it in The Big Bang Theory, and like, it feels like something me as a nerd would be into, but it also feels insanely complex to try to organize and do.
Well, it's not that terribly difficult. There was always a stigma growing up. It's you don't want to do D&D because the losers do D&D. And then one of my equally nerdy friends said, "Hey, let's just do it. Let's give it a shot." And yeah, we just really enjoyed it. We did have a podcast for a while where we actually played, and we had like 52 episodes, and it was
What happened?
small time. The guy who did the editing and all the recording moved to Texas, so we're like, we don't feel like doing all that, so we just kind of stopped. But
here's your problem, Igor. We'll take it from a couple of guys who were nominated for the final slate in the comedy category for the podcast awards.
Yeah.
So
we got some pull.
We got a pedigree.
Some big shots here, yeah.
Yeah, editing's for assholes.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
You hit record at the start. You hit stop at the end.
You just go for it. Yeah.
You maybe
And then-
trim a little dead space
Yep.
off the beginning and end. And
Yeah. You try to find a spot where you cough, maybe, and if not, who gives a shit? Throw it out there for release like normal.
Everyone coughs. Who cares?
Right.
Exactly.
It's just like that's perfect. Well, that's good, man.
Hey, I need to ask. Sorry, I need to ask Steve a question.
What do you got?
When Freebeer was talking about podcast awards
Mute
this
him.
morning,
Get the fucker out of here.
Sorry,
I'm not
no.
dealing with this bullshit. Okay? Call in during do they still do we don't want to do the work, so call in and do our work for us segment at the start of the show every fucking day? Call in during that
fuck
for
off.
shit.
Hold on. Guys, don't worry. I muted Kyle.
Okay.
Go ahead.
When Freebeer, when Greg was talking about the podcast awards this morning, did you really want to tell him that you were going to live stream podcast awards today?
I thought about it because I started that by wishing everybody a happy International
Podcasting Day. Yeah.
And I was hoping that they would take the bait and ask me something about this podcast, but it didn't go anywhere, and it would have felt weird to just throw it out there. So I
wasn't
let
organic enough. Sure.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
All right, Igor,
Okay.
appreciate you checking us out, and appreciate the question. Take care.
Yeah.
man. All right, let's bring where's Kyle at? Oh, there he is. Kyle, welcome back to.
I almost chose to stay muted. Such fucking ridiculous. Treat this like your horse shit morning gig. Igor's over there cracking wise about you creating content for those monkeys, and poor Johnny the duck's out in the cold somewhere.
I mean, it is kind of my job.
Lisa's out slinging drugs because you put her out of work. God damn it. It's not surprising. So you brought up the podcast awards this morning, Steve, and again, I don't listen. I don't like the production.
I did not. Well, let's see. I started the morning by wishing everybody a happy International Podcast Day.
Okay.
Hoping that they would take the bait and ask me something about this podcast. They didn't, so
right.
It laid flat.
Well, it's hard to hear you from their ivory fucking towers, so I guess I'm not that surprised. Were they too busy sitting on their piles of cash to be bothered by your question from the glass hole you have to sit in every day?
Yeah, they're chairs that are made of money.
Yeah. None of this is surprising. Garbage people, a whole lot of them. Monkeys.
Yeah, I want to go to another Tim simply because did you see his background?
Yay! Look at that. Our new logo, Steve.
That's-
I was just about to change it to a suspension bridge, actually.
Oh, my
son of a
man.
bitch. How could you change it? Look at my tooth that looks like the Batman logo.
Yeah, well, that's really what I do all day long on Zoom. These Zoom meetings for work and whatever is just change my background back and forth to different things. Just to entertain myself. So
So you have a job where you're on Zoom meetings on a regular basis?
yeah, I'm one of those IT guys.
All right. So do you ever have your current background up during? You got to keep it somewhat.
No, but it's on my computer now, so now I can.
Tim, let me ask, what line of work are you in that you're doing all these Zoom meetings and you're working from home now?
IT.
Okay.
So you're right in IT, and at no point during all these Zoom meetings did you think maybe I should get a microphone so I don't sound like I'm a piece of shit in a cave?
I just bought this crappy thing, actually.
The computer?
No, the webcam I have on top of my monitor.
Oh, okay. It just
it's
if you're driving through a tunnel. It sounds great.
But what are you holding, Kyle? What is?
This is my microphone.
Yeah.
I'm a professional, Tim. Thank you.
It's a
mobile. It's a mobile.
That's a knockoff. What is that? Like a Red Yeti? Not a
Oh
Blue
God, no! They're not even trying to do that. This is let me get the brand for you.
By the way, it sounds much better when you talk into the side of it.
Oh, is it a side address? I never even thought about that.
Talk into the front of it again.
Okay, the brand on this, Steve, is a Fifine. I said the brand on this microphone is a Fifine.
Fifine.
But it's got. You see, here's the thing. It's functional. It's got the volume right on top.
Oh, good.
So everything's better. So yeah, this was the purchase to make Sports Tate happen. So I feel like I should burn it ceremoniously now that I haven't done one of those in like a year.
Well, Sports Tate, what? You had 7, 8 episodes of it?
Yeah. Now listen, I always tell myself I want to bring it back. Did anybody in this Zoom meeting, now obviously it's dwindling because we lost the award and we're losing fans by the second because
I didn't
we
expect
can't
it
win
to end
awards.
that quickly, by the way.
No, I didn't either.
I thought for
I didn't
sure
either.
it was going to go until at least 10.
I think we should have I hope I get a comment card regarding the production quality of that so I can
Jesus, if
tell
you
them
cut
what I
off his 10-minute preamble, we would have known by 9:03 that we had been eliminated.
I would have almost preferred if they sent me an email. Like, what the fuck? Oh, man.
All right, so who here listen by show of hands? Did you listen to Sports Tate?
Did anybody ever listen to it on accident?
All
oh,
right.
shit, look at that. Actually, 4
Krause
people.
did, looks like John did.
5, Timmy. I think Ben Decker's trying to keep his hand further down than normal to show that he doesn't listen to Sports Tate. I don't blame him. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hold on. Is Nikki at work?
Nikki is at work. I think Nikki's in the surgical suite. I think
Nikki is
hang
there.
on.
Hold on.
Yeah, unmute her because maybe we can get Nikki to make a cut for us.
I'm not sure if Nikki will be allowed to talk due to HIPAA laws, but Nikki, are you is there a cadaver within 10 feet of you?
No, but there's cadaver bones about 10 feet away.
Oh my God. Hey, another Tim. She's using her phone. It sounds better than that piece of shit. Sorry, Nikki, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just had to yell at Tim for no reason. So you're at work. You got the mask on all night, Nikki. What's a night at the hospital like for you lately? Is it busy still? Because
it's busy as fucking hell.
Is
Actually,
it?
right now we don't have anything going, but earlier we had like 8 cases going and heart surgeries and someone went upstairs and apparently they had to shock him and he caught on fire.
Oh, you know,
I didn't see it.
Do you need to go tell them they did it incorrectly?
I thought about it.
Okay.
Say, guys, I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Yeah, and I hate to steal a joke from those monkeys who sling poop, but is he okay?
Yeah, he's not gonna make it.
Okay, well, it's probably better because that way you can't sue for when he inevitably wakes up and sees the burns.
Nikki, you think you could take us up there so we could talk to him?
I tell you right now, that'd be the biggest get in Maine. Is the guy who got caught on fire by a defibrillator.
The big get happened on a Zoom meeting with 18 people.
Nikki, but during the whole shutdown and everything, you know, all the hospitals and medical facilities were saying no to elective procedures. Were you just dead slow during then, or did you just not work?
No, we were actually super busy. They said we were only going to do we weren't going to do any electives. And then we were getting pulling bugs out of people's ears. Like we were still doing everything.
Jesus.
So not real emergencies then.
We did
know.
everything.
Bug in
They
ear
never
sounds
told
like an
us anything.
emergency to me. But if I got
Ugh.
a bug in my ear, that would be a fucking emergency.
Steve, if you had to choose right now, bug in the ear, bug up the nose, what do you choose?
Nose.
You're choosing no. See, I'm going ear just because I feel like you can feel like if the bug gets far enough back in your nose, you can taste it.
Yeah, exactly. It'll come out my mouth eventually.
I don't know that you want that. I think you're
rather have
romanticizing
it
the
come out-
idea
well,
of
if
a
it goes
dead
in my
bug coming
ear-
out your sinuses.
Yeah, but if it goes in my ear, it's not coming out.
Huh. I think I'm going ear. I think I'm going ear.
I don't know. Then I'd just be able to constantly hear it, and it would drive me nuts.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
God.
wouldn't want to hear it.
Hey, by the way, sorry, Nicky, to interrupt. Jake, we get it. Put the fucking hat back on.
Nikki, what would be more difficult to recover? Bug up the nose or bug out of the ear?
Probably the nose.
Would it be harder to get the bug out of the nose just because obviously directionally you'd have to do the old coat hanger method?
I'm sure that's what they use.
Yeah, that's what they call it, right?
Because you can kill it pretty quickly in the ear, but in the nose.
Well, yeah, and I feel like with the ear you could just take like a straw from your standard Tervis tumbler and give it a good suck until you hear the fuck in the back of the straw, and then you just you spit it into a
spittoon,
into a spittoon, and the guy gets out of there.
Right, because they probably. I mean, can you show us the spittoon there in the room you're in?
Yeah, do you got the bug spittoon?
What is that?
It's mostly a spit sucker, but it sucks everything. So I guess you could use this for your ear.
I don't know. That looks pretty big for an ear. You may want to get in there with something a little smaller than that. If you showed me that and said that's going in your ear, I'd say no, thank you. I'll let the bug nest and just hope I can roast them out. What about the belly button, Nikki? Where you at on the belly button in terms of like having to take things get stuck in there or like protrude in there?
Have you seen an umbolith recently?
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
Oh, video of that once. It was.
It feels like you're in. You work in the hospital that Scrubs was based on. Like there should be a sitcom there.
Every day is a sitcom here.
But you're like the opposite of Grey's Anatomy, right? Where every day there's a crazy tragedy that would be international news on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, like
but
plane
instead,
crashes or highways collapsing.
But instead, you guys are setting people on fire with defibrillators.
Right.
Was going back to that? Was the guy like covered in gasoline or something?
Yeah.
Like, how did he catch on fire?
Because the defibrillator sparked and it caught on fire on something called ioban. So that started melting to the guy's skin, and it was like sparking and melting and smoking.
Like, are we gonna read about this?
No. They'll do an incident report, I hope. But
good PR team. Wink, wink. Good PR team and a 5-figure check, and they, in the main region, Steve, does a lot of wonders for that going away from the news. I'm hearing.
That's right. Yeah.
Steve, $50,000, Steve, and your chest gets caught on fire from a defibrillator. Are you staying quiet? You taking the $50K?
50 grand. Does it? I would say medical bills covered plus 50 grand. Because you figure you're going to have thousands and thousands of dollars in medical bills.
Sure. Let's say you have coverage, and let's say you're paying your standard, you're out of pocket, your deductible,
like $500 deductible or something.
Yeah.
So afterwards, I'm netting $49,500.
$49,500 out the door. Just some third-degree burns on your chest and a heart that takes an extra beat when you go by a bonfire because it's scared.
Wait, third degree. Okay, those are the ones that'll eventually somewhat heal, right?
No, third degree are the ones that always stay open. Like they're always weeping.
They're always smoking.
Yep, always. They never stop.
Then you have to have skin grafts. That's not fun.
I'd need skin grafts for a third degree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nikki, where'd you take a skin graft from for a chest wound like that? Where would that skin? Because don't they base on not the thickness per se, but like the toughness of it?
Usually the butt.
All right, so half of Steve's ass cheeks going over his heart.
What about that? I've seen like that. It's basically like a squirt gun, but it shoots skin and it heals like overnight. Does that exist yet?
Not that I know of.
That's right, Steve. We're still waiting on the squirt gun skin shooter that'll heal your third degrees overnight.
Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna
Sure.
find a video.
Sure. Okay. Nikki, we are glad that you seem to be still employed, although who knows if that's actually a good thing. So you haven't seen any different like protocols or anything major differently for you?
Just that we have to wear this stupid mask all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Even when you're not in the surgical suite.
We have to wear hoods when we have COVID patients.
Oh man. Yeesh. I wear it for about 2 hours and oh boy, Igor chimes in saying that's like like spray foam insulation.
Like to direct everyone's attention to the screen. The stem cell regeneration gun is an experimental burn treatment option invented in 2008 that works like a paint gun to spray your own skin cells onto a burn. Right now, it's still an experimental treatment for secondary burns, but scientists are working on improving the technology for more serious burns. So I wasn't completely crazy.
No.
Would you sign up for that experimental treatment, Steve?
Hell yeah.
The skin gun?
The skin paint gun.
That's one thing I would not be in line for. No, thank you. No.
Rather go through the old skin graft.
No, I have no. I would say no, thank you to that. Nikki, do you have to get swabbed like once a week ever?
I haven't been swabbed at all.
Oh, good. Safety protocols in place then. Good to hear.
So I could be walking around with the Rona.
I'm happy to say I got my first Corona test tonight.
Hey.
It was just as terrible as everyone said it was.
Boy, if I know
what's that?
Did it touch your brain? I heard the swabs like they stick it in your brain, basically.
It was it definitely disappeared and I felt it like tickle my insides. It was not the greatest. But
boy, if I know the way this normally goes, you'll hear all about that on the side gig in the next 48 hours. Then if you want a retelling of the same account, tune in next Tuesday to the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Yep. I'll tell you, when this podcast starts paying my mortgage.
Oh no, I get it.
It'll get top billing.
I mean, do I love those, those overgrown monkeys on their money chairs getting all the content? No, not at all. But I get it. I get it. And I tell you, Steve, I think, honest to God, I think we're right there. And this podcast is going to be in the black.
Yeah, but we just spent, how much was it? Like $20 today to upgrade the Zoom?
It was $12. We're going to have to do one of these in the next month to get no money's worth. So we'll plan on these because I paid for a month. So we'll have another one of these Zoom get-togethers in the next month. Maybe we'll do it on a weekend, Steve. So you can have your Crown and Sprites, and we can all just be a little more loose. We don't have to worry about Todd Period yelling at us.
You mean we can settle down with an adult beverage?
We'll get ourselves a little soda pop for big people.
Just sipping from the old baby bottle.
If you say that, go right to hell. Well, Nikki, hope everything's okay. It's been a pleasure talking to you. We've missed you. I feel like we haven't talked to you in a while. It doesn't help that I leave and come back to social media willy-nilly.
Thank you, Nikki. All right.
Let's do a quick around the horn here with some of the people we got left. I still want to talk to John. We got to talk to Timmy. Chris
awesome.
joined with, again, just the Jesus Christ people. Understand camera angles. And I don't know if you're breakdancing right now, but stop.
I don't see that. I'm not looking at the grid view. I think we got John on right now. John, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you, John. Now, John, I apologize because my memory fades. You sent us the sand from Iwo Jima, correct?
Yeah.
The one legitimately great gift this podcast has received in the lieu of a postal truck and, a shattered glass photograph of a couple people who build motorcycles for a living. But in all of that, we've gotten an actual legitimately cool gift, which is a vial of sand from the beaches of Iwo Jima. And that is from, how long were you over there, John?
I was just on Iwo Jima for like a day. That was
But-
when I was going back and forth from Japan.
So you were stationed in Japan?
I wasn't really stationed. I was only there for 6 months.
Okay, so but you did a little bit of time there, and you were able to take a day trip out there.
Oh yeah.
Now, how does Japan treat that? Because that's really fascinating to me. I mean, when I was in Hawaii years ago, and you go to Pearl Harbor, it was incredible to see all of the Japanese tourists there. How is it with places like that regarding, war monuments where you're an American there? Like, how is it treated?
It's hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes Marines don't behave the best. They're still just young dudes.
Oh boy.
And so
Eey.
they'll get themselves in trouble out there. So sometimes not the best received, but generally the relationship's pretty good. They're a pretty good partner of ours.
Did you get in trouble?
No.
Okay.
It feels like a place
you were
like
saying it in a vague enough way where it made it seem like you may have been.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
no, that feels like a place though that if anybody even looks at you once and says, "Hey, fucking stop," like you would take a full look at yourself and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, wait a minute, this is like an insanely monumental place that's filled with grief and sadness and death. Maybe I shouldn't be acting like a total dickwad."
Yeah,
It's like
it's easy for us to say, but like for an 18-year-old kid that wants
Oh,
to
yeah.
wear like a
Right, yeah.
back-to-back World War II championship shirt.
Oh God.
Yeah,
different.
probably the first time they've ever been,
Yeah.
out of the country. I mean, out of the state.
Yeah.
But,
But-
yeah, it's like those pictures. It's like when you see those idiot Instagram influencers who are doing like yoga poses at Auschwitz or something, and you're like, "Oh, what are you? Come on."
Yeah. Now, is there a monument saying that this is where this iconic picture was taken? Because really,
Ujima, yeah. So the entire island's kind of a historical marker for all sides. It's not just like America, because a lot of
Right.
Japanese lost their lives there too. So
Sure.
it's definitely a national park now, a Japanese national park, but it's also American memorial. But there's also Japanese memorials there too.
But it's just weird because you think about it, and we look at that, we hear Iwo Jima, and I think the things that people immediately think of is that photo with the flag. Japanese they're not going to monumentalize that, are they?
No, I mean it'd be it's different history, but yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of the
That's
other side of the coin.
That's what I mean. So it's like as a destination, people are going there to be like, where was the picture taken? And the Japanese are like, hey, we're not really commemorating, the time the Americans planted their flag on our soil. We're commemorating the people who passed away here. But yeah, boy, I don't know. That seems very odd to me. But you being in the military, you weren't given any like side eye or looked at weird when you were there?
I mean, you're always looked at a little weird. Sometimes there's a lot of Chinese hired protesters that protest outside of the bases there. So there's always
Really?
Yeah.
Man. Ugh. What are you sipping on over there, John? I saw you tip up a glass. Are you a
It's
bourbonite?
Woodford. I'm a bourbon guy. I'm actually
Oh.
I'm a member of the Jack Daniel's Squire Club. So
Okay.
I own some land in Tennessee.
Hey,
Wait, Kyle, is that an arch enemy of your?
No, Steve. If you could do me a favor and mute your dumb fucking self, I want to talk to someone who's in the same class as me for a moment.
Is he one of your brothers in arms?
Absolutely, I would argue that John's military service and my time as a bourbonite are pretty equal.
My best friend, he lives in Louisville. We grew up in Muskegon together.
Okay.
And he works for Brown Foreman, so we'll get together and drink bourbon a lot.
That's
or
cool.
whiskey.
That man. So,
where are you at
when
now,
do-
John? Are you in?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
But so you've done have you done a lot of extended trips overseas or out? Not obviously not being in America.
Yeah, I've been in the Marine Corps for 14 years now.
Man, so you're going for the 20 and out then?
I'll probably do more than 20, honestly.
What do you do? Like, what is your?
I'm an intel officer now.
Okay.
Man, I don't know. I just feel intimidated. Like I feel like you're investigating me with like your eyes, your
Yeah, I
hair.
mean, you may have been all over the world, but Kyle and I went to Boston once. We were there for about 24 hours.
I don't have a podcast, so you guys got me
Yeah,
there.
we went to I don't know if you heard Van Wert. It's a small town that borders Ohio and Indiana.
I heard. I donated for that billboard.
We appreciate it.
Okay, so you voted or you donated to the Van Wert's #1 home.
It's a worthy cause. You know?
I swear to God, I laugh at that every time I look at it. Every single time I look at it. Proud to make your ears our home.
So, John,
I
I
feel
just
underdressed in this podcast because I don't have a beard. Everyone else seems to have a beard.
yeah, but you got hair. You're the other way. This for the most part, this podcast until like I see people are leaving, which I totally understand, was mostly hairless. And then so you decided to ruin that quotient.
Well, Steve's got great hair.
I do.
Yeah, no question. But I mean, you're looking at me, there's Carl, Igor, Meter. I mean, Timmy's a little thin, and then you got people like you and Jake showing up, trying to make us all look like assholes.
Sorry.
He's like, what do you want me to say to that?
John,
I'm sorry that I have hair.
Before we let you go, John, I wanted to ask, are you the guy, because when you come home, do you have to wear your uniform, right? Like when you're flying?
No, gross. No.
I thought you had to when you were traveling. Is that so? That's not true.
No, only assholes.
Okay. Right. Because are you the guy who's incredibly uncomfortable by, people either clapping for you or people, clamping you on the shoulder and going, hey, thank you for your service.
It's fun for the 18-year-old kid that has never received any type of affection ever in his life before. But no, everywhere else it's just awkward and it's just a job.
Man, I can't imagine a bigger discomfort than that interaction on an airplane.
It's still weird though, because it seems like some people you talk to give the response that you just gave, where you say it's really awkward and, don't do it, or, I appreciate it, but don't do it. But then there are other people who are like, yep, I love it. And I love it every time it happens. And everyone I know does too. So it's like you're, as a civilian, you're kind of in that weird spot. Like, what do I do? Do I say something?
Yeah.
Not say something?
Ugh. No thanks. No thanks. John, before we let you go, how do you pronounce your last name?
Chef, like CHEF. It makes no sense.
Yeah, you need to change that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I would have said scope.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Or
So chef. All right. John Chef. Well, thank you, John. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
and
no
if everybody in the Zoom meeting could just please give him a round of applause. We thank you for your service, John. What a hero.
Thank you, hero.
Absolute hero. What a man.
He left.
He left. He got so uncomfortable he left. Holy shit.
That's incredible.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's a joke.
Hey, check your text real quick.
Okay. We should do, we got to get around here. Steve, let's hit up a few more people before we got to cut it off, because you got to go to bed. I got to shower and go to bed.
Yeah.
Let's talk to a couple other people that joined us here. We got Ben Decker. We got to talk to Timmy. We got Chris. Got Matt, who joined late. Got a bunch of people who joined via audio only. I don't respect you. Oh, hey, there's the chef. He came back. We thought for sure we offended you, John. So I'm glad to see you back.
We thought you. Jake is still clapping for him.
I didn't. John, I got to tell you, I was a little bit nervous. I was worried that your chiseled jawline might come beat my ass.
Man, what a jawline that was.
Good God Almighty. Let's talk to Ben Decker real quick here, Steve.
All right. Ben.
All right.
Ben Decker, you are unmuted.
Hey, guys.
Sir.
Hey, Ben. Quick question. You seem to be decked out in third place merchandise. Is that by choice or?
No. Been a fan since I was young.
Yeah, Ben, your sports aren't as good as my sports.
Yeah. Team A over Team B, you piece of shit.
Honestly, I just love all that back and forth banter.
It's weird because, and I'm sure you were the same way as me, especially when you're younger. It's like you take it way too seriously.
Oh, 100%.
And then I don't know what it is, but it's like a switch flips. You get to a certain age and you're like, that's really fucking dumb. Like, this is just...
I'm realizing now when I watch a game, I let it linger for maybe an hour and then I'm fine.
Right.
I don't
you married or kids or anything, Ben?
Nope. Dating.
It changes things. Like, at least for me, before I had my son, but like when there's other people around and you're
Mhm.
reacting the way you react to a sporting
Yeah.
event, and then they're looking at you like, oh wow, boy, look at me from
100%.
the outside. I'm a real jackass.
Yeah, no, 100%. My girlfriend will give me just, I mean, she doesn't mind sports, but she'll give me kind of a side eye sometimes, like, well, what's even going on? But
Right. Now, are you the guy though who's still like, do you still have to check yourself? Are you still like standing up at the TV when a ref makes a call you don't like, and maybe, you know, not throwing something, but
it depends on the game or the situation or whatever, but I try to kind of rein that in.
right. It's hard, man. It's hard. Like that's
Yeah.
why I try to pull myself away from like sports and teams I really care about as a whole, because it's
Yeah.
I don't know. You care too much, and then you realize, oh wait, they're
Mhm.
literally playing a game. I should care as much about them as I care
Yeah.
about the local horseshoe team.
Exactly. It's weird with college sports though, because they're kids. Kids are like 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, yeah,
Plus,
and
he's
that's
younger
why
than me.
that's part of the
I still
reason.
refuse. I refuse to admit that I am older than any professional athlete. I'm like I'm. How old's LeBron? LeBron's like what, 37?
He's 35 now.
He's 35.
Yeah.
I thought he was 37.
I'm almost
Goodness.
5 years older than LeBron.
Like, think about that.
Refuse to admit it.
Man, but I see. I don't know. Like, that's part of the reason I had to quit Twitter, especially, is because you'd see the way people act about college kids, especially.
Yeah.
Because there is a difference, like between the pro athlete and the
100%.
college athlete, and people telling this 19-year-old kid, or in worst cases, the 17-year-old high school kid who chooses a different college, and you just
Right.
click on his announcement. It's over. It's joyous for him. Hey, I'm going to
Right.
so and so, and then the comments are just filled with people like, "Yeah, well, fuck you anyway. You weren't good enough
Exactly.
for my school."
No, hey, going back to something that you love, but I hate the botched punt thing.
Oh my God! Trouble with the snap, Ben. Of course.
Yep. Yeah, that as much as I hate talking about it, that punter got like death threats from Michigan fans.
I know, and I got to tell you, it probably in that time frame is where, like, I have tweets in my tweet history that if I look back on today, I'd be like, oh man, that's not okay. Like, I don't regret the Hope Solo ones, mostly because she beat the shit out of her family before taking pictures of her butthole. But there's some of like Ryan Broyles, who was a wide receiver, Steve, who got drafted by the Detroit Lions, and I was so mad that I went and downloaded images of an ACL because he had torn it twice in college. And I said, hey, is this what your knee looks like?
It's just,
oh no,
it's just dumb. It's dumb, man.
Yeah.
And like,
agreed.
oh my God.
All right, Ben, taking things to the personal life here. You said you're not married, but you're dating. Who's the lucky lady? What's the deal? Rundown.
Her name is Caitlin. She actually lives in Ann Arbor. She goes to grad school there at Michigan. She's actually going to get her PhD in nursing research. So she's got a few more months left until she's done. So
Man, so you're holding on for dear life, hoping you can take a part-time job at the local bookstore and ride the
Right.
coattails, right?
Right. That's what I'm banking on.
Good, that's a good plan.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely. Or you could just be like Steve and get into a career where everybody else gets rich and you're just, run-of-the-mill middle class.
Right.
Right. Exactly. I just sit there and just
Yeah, that's my job description. Just
the net.
I don't know.
Now, Ben, were you a listener to this disaster from the start, or did you start listening like middle of the way through the podcast, or how long have you been aboard?
Middle.
Okay.
Middle of the way.
And you weren't one of those crazy people. You didn't go all the way back, did you?
No.
Okay, good, because I respect those people. They seem insane. Because
Yeah.
I look at the simple hours that we were doing in those first however many 50, 100 episodes, and my God, the time consumption.
Well, especially after your leg injury, and we did that one that was almost 3 hours.
Absurd.
Stupid.
Just absurd. Well, Ben, we are Glad to have you on board. I'm sorry your
Yeah, thank you.
team isn't as good as mine and all that standard trash talk.
Right.
Well, those are some fighting words there.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you sparkle rivalry right there, Steve. You wouldn't know.
Exactly.
Who's the Monmouth Eagles rival, Steve?
That would be the Monmouth Hawks. Thank you very
Oh
much.
my God, I'm
Whoa.
so embarrassed right now.
How dare you, Kyle?
I couldn't even tell you what division they're in. No idea. No clue.
That's perfect. That's
I
perfect.
love it.
Well, thanks
Love it.
again, Ben, man. We appreciate you
Yeah, no.
listening. Come to
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Steve, we were just talking about our marathon episodes. Let's talk
Yeah.
to our friend Meter. He's a fellow podcaster. I got some questions, mostly about why he's stepping in our lane. Unless I find out that he's been doing it longer than us. And then I think we owe him an official apology.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on?
So Meter, what's going on, man?
So this is what it takes to get to talk to you guys, huh?
Somebody's got a microphone.
Oh, hey, Mr. Professional. Apologies. Did you warm up the vocal cords with that microphone arm before you came on tonight, or?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I cut a whole nasty promo against you guys, and then you lost, so I don't have to put it out on you.
Oh man, see, we thought about doing. Did you? What was your acceptance video like, Meter? And for people who don't know, Meter, you're the co-host of Good to Talk To.
Close enough. Fuck it. It was kind of like our opening to our videos, and then we talk
Okay.
about like worshiping Cthulhu or some shit. That's probably why they didn't want us on there. But no, we were so excited to have you guys on the show, and then you ghosted us like a fucking bad Tinder date. And what did I do
listen,
wrong?
listen, Meter.
No. Hold on, just a second. Look at this. This is how fucking pumped I was, right? I go out, I buy a goddamn your shirt. I'm wearing your fucking shirt, messaging you on Saturday morning saying, "Hey, are you guys still coming on the show? I know I hadn't heard back from you." So, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, no, we're good." And I'm like, "Are you fucking joking?
Oh,
What a
First of all,
chump I am!
First of all,
What a goddamn
I'm
chump!"
checking our receipts from Redbubble, Meter, because I'm going to make sure you didn't buy that thing bootleg. Okay.
Okay,
Because I
yeah,
got to
do it.
tell you, I don't fully buy it because
Who the fuck is making this piece of
Yeah.
garbage somewhere else?
No, that is
it's
that
awesome.
is, yeah, it looks like you bought it there, Steve. That's real. I see the receipt.
What was our markup on that?
Oh, Steve, it's not much.
Not enough.
I don't think we adjusted the meter at all on those like sale prices for that thing.
Oh, man.
No, listen, Meter, we apologize, and I am sorry that I've hooked it up. So now, like, those Facebook messages from our page can now go to my messenger. So if you were to
All right.
message, I will at least get a notification that we have a message to the Facebook account. Because let me
Now,
tell you,
Meter, I need to know, did you, when we ghosted you,
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
you guys
Like a
talk
bad
about
Tinder
that
date.
on the podcast about how we ghosted you?
No, because we're goddamn professionals.
okay, I got to tell
And
you,
we have fucking respect for you guys because you guys make an amazing show. And you've been doing this for goddamn forever.
oh, way too long, way too long. I
Way
got to
too
tell you,
long.
Meter, if you had done that to us, I would have practically lit your picture on fire on the podcast and pissed on it while we were talking.
Look, we would have started a new podcast solely to talk about how much we hate you.
Yeah, we wouldn't have made any bones about it. It would have been called "Fuck Meter."
Yeah. Well,
That
at least
would've
you would have
been-
finally talked to me. So.
Yeah, we'd have you on for the grand finale. We'd do a mini series, "Fuck Meter," and then in the finale we have you on.
10 episodes.
We'll have a 10 episode series. I love
Yeah,
it.
I'm telling you, Meter, this is going to happen.
This
you
is
need
wonderful.
to, now that I'm opening it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be rude, but I feel like I was the last one to say when you open, unless you're booked up again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you
no,
hit us
no, I
back
did
with
respond. I did respond to that.
Passive aggressive. Oh, sorry, we're booked up until the 20th.
Yeah, because we reached out to everybody who was nominated, and
Oh, so we're not
we had,
special, is what you're
we
saying?
had booked up 3 people in a row. And
get
we had
Asian.
gotten you guys. No, you guys were special because we got you guys in first. Like I reached out to you guys first before everybody else, and then you guys didn't show up. So,
All right, well, listen, I guess now,
but
listen,
to be
Meter,
fair, you guys hadn't actually confirmed. I had suggested a time, and you guys didn't confirm. I just literally didn't hear from you again until
and that was the
from
problem
August
because
24th
26th,
to
yep,
September
August,
6th.
September
so-
6th.
Well, look, Peter, you could write a book from people who didn't get a response to us after asking us a straightforward.
Embarrassing. And I got to tell you, we know we're bad at it. And then we sit here and we tell ourselves we're going to get better at it. And we never have. Do you know how many times, Meter, I've talked about, because I want to do this so bad, where we do podcast hits with other podcasts to get us on theirs. They can come on ours. Nice cross-pollination, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know how many we've done, Meter?
One.
Big fucking goose egg.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We haven't talked to.
Timmy says one.
No,
We were on somebody.
Oh, he changed it to 0. Okay.
We weren't on any. No, someone else was on our podcast, but then
Oh,
they didn't. They didn't return.
They never
the
invited us
invitation.
back.
By the way,
had.
Kyle, I got a message from that guy that we talked about last week, the Two Attractive People podcast.
Oh, good. So we're gonna talk to them.
Yeah, I gotta iron out some details.
Oh, sorry, Meter. We're really busy. We got a couple attractive people we're gonna talk to.
We're booked up for weeks.
Well, that's fine because I'm reaching out to Amy Schumer and saying, "Hey, loser, we lost 2. Get on our show."
Yeah, no shit. How did Amy Schumer's show lose to the Spitballers?
Because people listen to it.
I bet she didn't turn in an acceptance video.
No,
there's no way that Amy Schumer's doing that.
Yeah,
Amy Schumer's show lost because they listened to the show.
Did the Spitballers get back to you, Meter, or can we all hate them together?
No, they didn't.
Okay, so we can
actually,
hate them.
a lot of the shows didn't. A couple of them did, and we're like kind of wishy-washy.
Okay,
but you know.
Really? So what is? Tell me about your show then. Do a little commercial for your show.
Oh, I don't want to talk about my show. I'm here for you guys. This isn't about me.
Well,
So
you're
when,
a fellow nominee, Meter.
when you guys come,
You're
not
in-
according to the fucking thing. My show wasn't even on the goddamn list. I'm over here. I pay my money. I get nominated. I wasn't even on the fucking list.
Wait, so there were only 9 on there?
Yeah, there were 9 on there.
Oh,
and
dude, you gotta email Todd and get your
Yes.
money back.
Dude,
what's his
I would
name? Joe-
demand money back. Todd. Todd.
Joe
period.
Pardo from the independent podcasters community reaches out to me and he's like, "Hey man, sorry you didn't win." I'm like, "My name wasn't even up there." He's like, "Oh my god, I just looked. It really wasn't."
Yeah,
I'm like, "I fucking know."
You were honorable mention, Meter.
Well,
I'll tell you what, Meter.
it is
We'll
what
buy
it is.
you guys. We'll buy you a participant trophy if you buy us a participant trophy.
That sounds great. I'm 100%
Hey,
willing for that.
that's right. We'll exchange some gifts, and that way we can add in extra shipping costs for both of us. Just seems
That's a
like the
really
best-
good idea.
Just seems
Where
like the most efficient way to do it.
Where are you based out of?
New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I saw. Yeah,
Yeah, it's hidden. Podcast NH.
Very nice.
Yeah, no, is that something you've organized, Meter? Are you like the head of Podcast NH?
Yes, I also own Podcast USA, which is doing a state-based network in every state across the country.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, we're on board, Meter. I'm telling you, we're gonna make this shit happen.
Get involved.
Well, I figured I saw the invite to come on to the Zoom and see what you guys are all about live to watch the podcast. And I'm like, I have no other friends, so this is great.
This is a perfect way to jump on.
I can hang out with 15 other white guys. That's your whole fucking fan base, clearly.
Yeah. No,
it's like a Proud Boys meetup.
I was actually really
Stand by,
surprised.
guys. Stand by.
I was actually really surprised when it said Jessica Rich,
Right.
and someone else had like their wife's name on. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
wow, we have some female listeners.
Well, you got
In
Nikki.
fairness,
We got
we
Nikki.
did have I mean on. Yeah, we had Nikki join.
Yeah.
Somebody was on audio only. I believe Kathy Kerr was on earlier, but we didn't. Obviously, we ran out of time there when Todd Period with the open chest
Ugh.
decided to start blowing through the awards like he was busy tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, he looked like he was actively trying to become a minion. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
his life's goal. It's like he
like, dude.
slowly loses his hair. He shaves his whole body. He's got big ass glasses. He's becoming a minion.
Like, dude, the Minions movies are fine, and like I will show them to my son. But that man is in his 40s or 50s.
Matt.
He's got Minions merch everywhere. Matt, oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, it's weird that you have the creator of Blueberry there with you right now.
Oh, Matt. What are you?
Oh my God! Well, Meter, I got to tell you, we're gonna make this happen. We're coming on your
Right
show. Here's the thing: we're not doing an hour. I don't got fucking time for that. Okay.
No, I think we could easily do an hour. We've just done like 15 minutes here.
God damn
Whatever.
it, Steve.
We record for like 2 to 3 hours, and when we have guests on, we're like, you guys can just leave whenever you want. Like,
Okay, can I get
So-
some helpful feedback?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's way too long.
It is. That's why we cut up our episodes into like 30 minutes to an hour.
Oh, see
And
now you're
that way
smart.
we record once and then we have a month's worth
Right.
of content. So right now we're done for the rest of the year, pretty much. If we want.
Obviously, we're just kidding. We are going to make this happen on we'll do a full hour. Nothing wrong with that. But here's in return, we just want
we're coming to New Hampshire. We're driving to New Hampshire. We're doing this thing.
And but in return, we need you and Pippin to come back. Does Pippin not like us? Let me ask you that.
I don't think Pippin has an issue with you.
Okay, it just
boy,
felt,
I don't know. The way you said that makes me think.
Yeah, that was a little bit. Yeah, like what's Pippin's beef with us?
I mean, he wouldn't be the one to have issue with you. Pepin's. Here's the thing. Pepin's never going to listen to you. Pepin's never going to listen to your show.
He's not going to.
He doesn't listen to our show. He doesn't listen to anything.
I don't listen to our show. I don't listen to any podcast.
It's an atrocity.
I listen to your show and I listen to my show. So I'm vain enough to listen to my own show. I ain't no problem. I love hearing what I have to say.
Oh, I'm not saying we shouldn't to maybe like try to get better. That ship sailed so long ago.
I want to know what my opinion is on most things.
Hang on, somebody's asking my opinion. Let me check what I said last week. But in return, Meter, all we're going to need is like 5 to 12 minutes from you guys in a returning week. Because we've got way too much important shit to get to, like Steve's neighbors and
whether you sell that scooter or not.
Yep. A lot of important stuff.
By the way, what's the status on that scooter?
Spoiler alert: the scooter was sold.
Scooter's long gone.
Oh, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, no, Scoot season died a sad death.
Scoot season
was that convincing?
At the beginning,
that's a nice job. That's a nice job. You should get your SAG card.
I'm working on it. All right,
Meter.
I appreciate you guys.
Man. Thanks for jumping in tonight, man. Message us back with your next open weekend date, and we'll make it work.
On. I look forward to being ghosted again, boys. Have a good one.
We're blocking you next time. Thanks, though.
Fun.
Oh man! All right, let's talk to Chris, who again, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with people tonight who are just choosing the most absurd camera angles. There we go. Now, Steve, before we actually talk to Chris, I want to ask you, Steve, does Chris remind you of anybody? Because I'm looking at him, and that is Paul fucking Jr.
It is Paul Jr.
in the flesh.
Yeah, Orange County Choppers. Paul Jr. joins us. Paul, how are you? How's Mikey and how's Paul Sr.?
How's the whole gang in Orange County Choppers?
No fucking clue. But I'm all right.
Oh man, Chris, where are you right now? Because it looks like you're either in an open barn or some type of warehouse.
No, I'm in my garage. I have 3 kids. We just put them to bed, and I didn't want to.
Everything about slapping some drywall in there? Or...
That would have been really funny if he was like, "No, I'm in my living room. Why?
This is where I live."
Wow.
It looks great.
I kind of got a fucked up situation right now where I just moved out here a year ago.
When you say out here, Chris, where do you mean?
Yeah, where are you?
Minnesota.
Okay.
Whoa.
Where'd you move from?
Well, I mean, I always have lived in Minnesota, but it's 120 miles that I moved from.
Okay. So are you like out in the sticks in the middle of nowhere?
Yes. So my wife and her family have owned this land for 130 years. And it took them 13 years to finally say, "Hey, why don't you take it over?"
Okay.
We were over 300 miles away at the time. And then we stopped our business and decided to move out here, take a chance, but I'm still traveling back and forth, running my business with my dad and my brother.
Okay. What kind of business?
I deliver actually double wrap bread.
Okay. Now, Chris, 120 miles, or you said about 120 miles?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to get up about 4 or 5 o'clock, travel 120 miles, hop in another truck, travel for another 30 miles to catch up with my dad and relieve him. And then he's going to go do his other job. And then I'm going to take over.
Dear,
not going to lie, that sounds terrible.
Yeah,
What's the ultimate goal then?
What's that?
What's the ultimate goal? Are you going to sell the business or?
We've been the business is for sale, but the company says that they're eventually going to buy us out, but it's just a matter of time. And then this whole COVID shit happened, and then it's been delayed.
So when you do sell it and you don't have to do all that traveling, what are you going to be doing? Are you still going to be working?
I have no plans. I can't prepare for anything right now. I have no clue.
Okay.
Because for me to get, I could walk away from the business, and so could my dad, but we'd both have to file for bankruptcy.
Okay.
Jesus. So, but
and
you're talking 120 miles just to get there in a Minnesota winter coming up.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Jeez. All we asked is why you don't have drywall.
Yeah, fuck's sake, man.
Like I said, it's actually in the corner here, if you could see, but it's just never been put up.
So why did you choose to move all the way out there then, Chris?
Well, it's 210 acres for free.
Oh,
that's not bad.
You got any room for Steve to store all of his shit he's going to have in his garage?
I have plenty of fucking storage. If you want to throw it out here, fucking come bring it over.
All right, so now we need to reinvigorate the Steve Pony Express to get that piece of shit Comanche all the way out there.
I was going to say, I got a Comanche with no floor pans. Will it fit in there?
It's only going to be about a 13-hour drive. So.
Okay, that's not bad.
Jesus.
I'll just stick a piece of plywood down.
Not bad. Steve's willing to do it. He's driven further for less. I'll tell you that much.
You're goddamn right I have.
Oh, man. Well, Chris, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming along. I know you jumped in late, so you're not getting a full thank you. So kind of fuck you, but kind of thank you.
Hey, fuck yourself and fucking riding the pine and that all bullshit.
Hey, how dare you?
Else.
That's a
you do not use Nader Tot's name in vain.
Yeah. The damn freedom bunker, the creator himself. Nader Tot. Hey, by the way, I'm glad I can say it to you, the last few people that are around. Now that Meter's gone, that was horrifically awkward for me.
No, that was fine. I thought that because we were texting back and forth, pull back the curtain a bit, it was a complete case of mistaken identity on my part.
Yeah, you thought it was a different podcast that we literally have no desire to talk to.
Yeah, I thought that it was somebody that we had referenced on last week's podcast.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, man, why are you going to him?
Well, because one, here's the deal. If he's the one on video who's been here the entire time and he's the only one we wouldn't have gone to, oof, would have been awkward.
That would have been mean.
All right, Steve, let's get our friend Timmy on. I haven't talked to Timmy in a while.
You got to go to Timmy.
He fixed his camera angle. Looks a hell of a lot better than what it did early on. Timmy, did we catch you sleeping at the start?
Yeah, Timmy, welcome to the Stephen Pyle podcast.
I rushed home. I joined up in the carpool, and then I listened all the way home.
Man, now Timmy, you joined us in Van Wert years ago. I'm sure you've got your signed tour poster hung prominently in your bedroom.
Yeah, I could grab it right now. It's absolutely there.
Is that a Field of Dreams poster behind you?
Field of Dreams? People will come, Ray.
People will
definitely come.
People will most definitely come.
Man, that's a moneymaker, Steve. I got to tell you.
I don't think in today's climate, it's good to be doing it.
Well, nobody needs to know you're a white guy doing an African American's voice. I mean, if it's just your voice profile, you just post your voice, and people will assume that you're probably African American, right?
Yeah. Nobody will know.
Oh, see, now you're expanding your horizons. That's fantastic. Timmy, it's been a while. How you been, buddy? How you been holding up these last 6 months?
I'm back to work. General Motors, we went back last week of May. Mask every day in the plant, a little different. Whatever. I'm making, I'm thankful.
Working.
Things
are different, but I'm adjusting.
It was touch and go there for a while with with General Motors, right? Wasn't there some big UAW? There was some negotiations, there were some issues. Were you nervous at all?
It affected me, but I wasn't involved.
Gotcha.
I'm like third party GM. They own us, but it's GM LLC type stuff, but whatever. I love the factory work. There's there's like 200 people. I say hi to 200 people a day. If you walked with me to my place, you'd say, "Are you famous?" Everybody's shouting, "Come on!"
Now, Timmy, you have to know, you saying hi to 200 people a day sounds like my hell, right?
I know, but with more and more of these polls, I'm I'm getting less Timmy votes and sometimes a little more Kyle votes.
Hey, coming around a little bit. Hey, now what's it going to take though, Timmy? Because you're talking to all these people every day. For the love of God, man, spread the word to a few of those people over there. Maybe get the podcast over the PA. Maybe we can send you some highlights to get all the other people at GM on board.
We're pulling promos now.
Yeah,
I
we're
do
gonna pull
have a
promos.
little. My winter solstice partner was Chris Pruitt, and he
Okay.
gave me miniature stickers of the billboard, and they have found their way into the plant.
You got to slap some of them on under the hood of new cars.
Yeah.
Yes, especially the Korean ones.
Slap that on some of the sheet metal there and see if somebody like down the road somebody has to pull their door panel off. Like, what the hell is this? Steve and Kyle.
Timmy, have you ever signed a car?
Ohio.
Have you ever signed a car like you see when like the last of whatever is being produced rolls off the factory line and you see that like all the people working on the line have signed it in various places? Have you ever done that?
I've seen it done, but nope. I'm still waiting to sneak in and get my signature on one though.
Oh man, you got to make it happen.
What are you building in your factory?
Lake Orion Assembly. We're finishing up Sonic. We got about 2 weeks left on the Chevrolet Sonic. We're building something called the Chevrolet Bolt, and we're basically building the Chevrolet Bolt 2, which is not a crossover. It's an SUV. It's cool. It's still a Bolt. So we're building the same car. Electric. We're going all electric.
I was going to say that's the electric one, right?
Yep. We're going all electric.
Damn,
man. Now, Timmy, how far are you missing the live shows for the side gigs and stuff? You were the guy who drove to all of them for like a calendar year or something.
I made 10. I did manage 3 shout outs to the 10 for the Steve and Kyle podcast, not the Steve and Pyle podcast.
God, that is
But
such a drop.
In some form or another, I got 3 shout outs of the 10 shows I went to.
That's impressive.
Man.
I think 3 of them were live at night shows.
That's impressive, though. Do you miss them, though? Do you miss live shows, or are you kind of thinking, boy, that was a crazy adventure I don't need to do again?
I can easily make 5. That would be
driving distance, right?
Doing Grand Rapids,
Yeah.
1 in Flint, Kalamazoo if they do it, Kokomo, 5 easy, maybe 6 if I did Decatur.
Man.
I love about it is just people who's first, like, it's not hard to get me to go. It's not hard. Hey, you want to use up a vacation day? Yep, sure. I got to use it up. Other people who's like, yeah, it's my first time. My friend had to talk me into it. It's nice talking to those people.
Wow.
Van Wert, when we went to
What was the name of that?
we convoyed to Convoy. That was cool. It's just everybody's like, yeah, I was dragged here. Half of the brothers Humphrey, I was dragged here. I'm just here for support. And then it built to something. You're like, come on, man, jump on board. This is fun.
That was such a fun time.
I loved it.
A year and a half ago.
Something else I thought about. Well, geez, I see the polls live, and I was like, should I call myself and all of my siblings? So 3 of us. We all worked for Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Really?
Are you
All
serious?
3 of us. There was one in Flint. My
Chicken
brother
man himself.
Never met. He was there for the grand opening, but I was 10. My sister, she worked it for the grand opening. My brother started 2 years before me, ended 5 years after me. But I was
You missed him by this much.
Let me ask you, Timmy.
Don't worry though, he's still alive.
I was just gonna say, Timmy. Let me ask you something. Just us two now. Just us two. You seen him around lately?
only in the podcast, but he's still out there.
We all know he's out there, Timmy.
He's
Timmy,
out
it's
there.
been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, man. We miss you. Hopefully next year, Steve and I can actually do this one for the road, the live show we talked about doing this year.
Yeah, it might have to be socially distant, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm
If
already
not-
subscribed to the next Facebook invite.
All right,
I saw that. You're a good man, Timmy. Always a pleasure to talk to you, man. Take care, okay?
All right, guys.
See you later.
Oh, man, I
ya.
think we only got one more person on video. My apologies to anybody who's just on the phone. I don't want to just dance with just audio, but got some questions for this guy, Steve. Okay, Matt Burasa, that we're going to have a chat with because
Wait, is that Matt Balloon?
that's Matt Balloon. Yeah,
Okay.
Matt Balloon has. I got to tell you, I don't think Matt Balloon's a fan of our show, Steve. I think I read the comments on
So I just
social
discovered a
media.
link.
They're negative. It's always about, hey, you guys used to be good. Now you're just dumb pieces of shit. I wish you weren't such dumb pieces of shit, but oh well, I'll tune in anyway.
Not very
Matt,
nice,
what's-
Matt.
Yeah, that was me.
Matt, what's the one thing that the Steve and Kyle podcast used to do that you miss that it's like, hey, this was the old days. I wish they'd bring it back. And maybe we'll try to do that for you.
2 minutes of awkward conversation. You guys had me on the one time.
I do too, man. I miss it. I really do. And
I don't know if you guys remember or not. I was the Uber karaoke
I
guy.
remember. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I was going to ask you a follow up on if you're still doing that.
Not quite. No, I gave it up a little bit ago.
Were you doing the karaoke thing till the end though?
I was. Yeah. No, I definitely. I actually got rid of the car that it fit in, so I got a new car, and the karaoke machine doesn't even fit in that new car, so it doesn't work anymore.
So because for a lot of people that sounds like a fun idea. You know, you're picking up people from a bar, whatever.
Yeah.
But in my mind, you're getting a bunch of stiffs in there in the back seat who are also like, the fuck is this, man? I just wanted a bottle of water and a phone charger.
Oh, I had
like,
those
yeah,
too.
what song now? And then you turn up like Bon Jovi.
No, I had both of those things and tissues and hand sanitizer, the whole 9 yards. I packed my car so much full of stuff. I'm surprised people wanted to go in the car. I was just like,
So did you just gave up the Uber thing, or?
Not quite. I mean, like I still do Uber, but not as much, obviously, for reasons, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I gave up the karaoke part of it.
Oh,
but I did
man.
make the videos. They're on YouTube somewhere. If you look my name up, you'll find it. But
Man, now, so have you done many rides or anything during the pandemic where they enforced the different rules and stuff on you, or did you give it up when that all started?
I've only done, I think, at least one day out of the whole pandemic, because like I just wanted to see what it was like, because I knew there was rules in place and everything. So Uber like makes you take a picture with your mask on and everything before you can even start. They're just that strict.
Which is stupid because you could
easily just take it off, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically the honor system.
No, yeah, that is definitely trustworthy thing you got to do. But
Man, so you gave that, but did you ever have anybody actively like? Where you tried to play nice? You know, they hop in the back. They kind of look, you know, maybe had a bad day, whatever, and you're like, hey, you want to give karaoke a shot, or?
Are you talking about back when I used to do it?
Yeah.
So the way I usually do it is I try to like read the person, or, you know, depending on how drunk they are, because I only do it mostly late at night. So if they're like super drunk, or if there's more than one person, that's the best time to do it. Especially if there's like a group of 3 girls, that's the perfect combination.
They all want to sing.
Easily. Oh yeah, they're gonna easily want to
absolutely.
sing, impress each other, and have
Yeah,
fun.
so you got to pull up the Taylor Swift, the Katy Perry.
Exactly.
the
I had a whole
list.
playlist set ready to go.
You got any BTS on there?
No, not a chance.
That's where you draw the line. What?
It was mostly older pop songs, like in the 2000s to 2010.
That's the era. What's in front from our right? Is that the microphone you're talking into there, Matt?
This thing, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the microphone.
You a podcaster? What are you doing?
Yeah, you in the game?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm starting to get into the game. But
Steve,
no,
mute him. There's already too many of us.
there's already too many. Yeah. Actually,
Matt,
you know
what's
what?
your podcast? What's your podcast about, Matt?
Oh, look at that. Couple mics.
Got two mics for people. No, it's just a bunch of random things so far.
Okay.
Kind of like you guys, but even more off topic because I just ramble on and my ADHD doesn't help at all. So, you know, it's
just
pretty
weird, you know?
boring
It's,
to be honest with you.
If you're a few into this, and Steve, I don't know. I just checked our message. I haven't seen an invite to Beyond yet or anything. Did you? Or it's really weird.
That's
I
right.
guess
we got our buddy Meter.
Yeah, we got Meter. We got Meter, and there's someone else on that we're gonna. Oh yeah, you know our friend Jesse Douglas didn't join us tonight. That son of a bitch. I want to yell at him.
Yeah.
That we want to join their podcast because it seems like Matt that if you don't choose the direction that Steve and I have gone with the podcast, which is kind of streaming, you have to choose like a super niche. So it's going to be like every week we talk about an episode of Days of Our Lives. Did that ever come up with you and whoever you're doing it with? You're like, hey, we all really like this stuff.
Not quite. It's mostly just talking about what happened during the week. I don't live a very exciting life, so that's probably why it's not as exciting as most podcasts are.
Oh, you just do it like a radio show that I've heard about, and they do mornings in a bunch of different markets. You just make everything up.
Yeah.
Have you thought about? There's this really cool bit you could do. Have you thought about it? Where a guy is going to give roses to his significant other, and you're not going to believe this. The son of a bitch was cheating on her.
Don't spoil it.
And you call it War of the Roses. It's going to get you all the listeners.
I'll have to keep that in mind. Here, let me write that down, actually.
Yeah, write down War of the Roses. It's better during Valentine's Day, but listen, everybody's struggling right now. Everybody could use a good bit like that.
I like those. You bringing up the super niche podcast like this week.
Yeah. It's
on the
always
Days
that,
of
too.
Thunder podcast.
Yeah,
You know what? That's the thing. I got to sound more enthusiastic when I'm doing podcasting. I
Yeah.
can't just do my normal nasally voice. I got to be, this week on this podcast, I wear a cowboy hat, but you can't see it.
You got to have lasers to like.
Yep. You need to incorporate teases that you're never going to get to. Like promise people a bunch of shit that you have no intention
This
of getting
week,
to.
I'm meeting the President of the United States of America.
I think I drove someone away from our podcast. He got so mad that I never told the story about being in Las Vegas. And I haven't heard from him in years. I guarantee you he left.
Wasn't there a story about a lawnmower that never got told either?
Oh boy, that I don't know.
Possible.
I might be thinking of something else. I'm not
I
sure.
know we promised an update on go-karts because Steve had an update on go-karts, and then Steve literally forgot the update that he was going to give me on go-karts.
Yeah. But I mean, once you can have like really fancy imaging like this,
Oh, orgasm.
then come talk to us.
Yeah, if you need a little instruction down in the lab, Matt, I'm the man for the job. So
Definitely. That's good advice, actually. Yeah. Most recently, I've just been doing videos of donut reviews. As I don't know if you guys saw it.
like food donuts or like the
Yeah.
donuts, because Steve will tune into that one.
Yeah. You doing some donuts out in the parking lot?
Not yet. We're waiting for snow. I mean, we live in the Northeast, so it's possible.
I knew
soon.
that 96 Civic wouldn't do a donut for shit.
I think my traction control would kick on in my Ford Fusion.
Oh man, but there you go, Steve. Whenever you get tired of editing YouTube videos every week for Jeep reconstruction,
Yeah.
you start going out and ripping donuts in the middle of your cul-de-sac and then review them.
That was a 6.
That's it. The whole thing's like 35 seconds long. The donut, and then you getting out, giving a thumbs up, going, "Oh,
That was a
that was
6."
Yeah. That was
Cut
a
the
6.
video. That was it.
You using two hands, so you dropped the phone.
Yeah, like literally the intro is longer than the actual video. All right. Well, Matt, it was great to talk to you.
Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure. We're sorry we sucked so
Definitely.
hard, and hopefully we can come around for you. And make this thing
I love
listenable
listening to you
for
guys.
again.
Keep
Appreciate
going.
it. All right, man. Take care.
That's it, Steve.
Yeah.
A night of losses.
Yeah. This is a rough night.
Sadness overwhelms.
I was thrilled though when I saw that that the skin shooting gun actually exists though. And
Yeah,
that
hey, dude, that's a massive upset.
it
For
wasn't just a figment of my imagination.
That is a huge upset. But hey, everybody who stuck around to the end, thank you very much. Trevor, Nashville, Nikki, for God's sake, take care of those patients. Stop, sawing through wrong legs. Matt, pleasure to talk to you. Carl with the beautiful Todd period artwork. Timmy, always a pleasure. Steve, Chris, I see Chris Pruitt's on there. No video. Honestly, very fun time. We're going to have to do one of these again before the upgraded subscription I paid for has to go away.
Yeah, so what? Sometime in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, we got a month to do one more of these. We'll try to plan one on a weekend night, Steve, where we can hang out for a few hours, have a few drinks, and maybe
Soda
pops with the folks.
All right. In the meantime, StephenKyle.com/merch for all of the latest merch that we have available.
Yeah, super up to date.
Meter even has a shirt.
Yeah, good guy. Thank you, man. Paying the bills. Old Meter.
All right. I'm going to bed because I got to be up in a couple hours.
Yeah, I got to go shower and hope I didn't wake my son up.
All right. Talk to you guys later. See you.